In Orem wants everyone to know that he woke up first thing this morning to play with his dingling.
In Orem?
In Orem.
Okay.
See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
In 1990, Chuck Berry was sued by several women who claimed that he'd installed a video camera in the bathroom of his restaurant. Mm-hmm. Berry claimed that he had the camera installed to catch a worker who was suspected of stealing from the restaurant. Although his guilt was never proven in court, Berry opted for a class action settlement. One of his biographers, Bruce Pegg, estimates it cost Berry $1.2 million. Reportedly, a police raid on his house found intimate videotapes of women, one of whom was apparently a minor. Also in the raid were 62 grams of marijuana. Felony drug and child abuse charges were filed against Mr. Berry.
Mm-hmm. On this day.
Yeah.
But nobody ever charged him for recording that song.
Over 200 women on this day in 1990 were part of that class action.
Yep.
200.
Wow.
He had a glass coffee table, you see. And what he would do...
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him.
Oh, he did that as well.
Oh, he did?
Oh, yeah. He was.
Okay, I thought that was...
Danny Thomas did that,
Thomas,
too.
Yeah.
Chuck was into that.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's just a shame. It's a crying shame. Because
you can appreciate other things he did.
I hate that song so much. Because it's absolutely stupid. He didn't even write it. He covered it. Some other guy did. I would have felt better having another guy do it, maybe. I mean, I love Maybelline. What a great song.
Why can't you be true?
But I can't.
Somebody says it was his only number one song. That can't be right.
It is.
Really?
Yep, that's
really.
That is in fact the case. Says it right here. Only number one
That's
song.
That's a shame.
That is a shame. That's the crime.
It's all a crime.
Because here's the discussion Carrie and I were having off the air. Well, maybe we should play some other...
A good song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or maybe on his birthday we should play My Ding-a-ling. And Carrie said, no, on Chuck Berry.
Play something good.
Let's see. When's Chuck Berry's birthday? I'm going to look.
It's October 18th.
Oh, we got a ways. Okay.
I think. Yeah. He was born October 18th, 1926. Died in 2017. 200 women. And those were the ones that were of age.
Yeah, they could, and the ones they could identify.
Yeah.
There were probably more.
The texter said, I saw Chuck Berry open for the Grateful Dead in Portland. That's
really
an odd combination, isn't it?
There were lots of on this days, though.
Many to choose from.
But we did that one. Yeah.
I mean, it's Axel Rose's birthday today.
He did a version of My Ding-a-ling, didn't he?
I could see that.
I could too.
I could see Axel doing.
Oh, jeez.
You know, Axel, not his given name.
No, I didn't think so.
William Bruce Rose.
Oh, the Rose part is real too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, this is such a good song.
It is.
I could have stood to hear this all morning.
How old is Axel?
Let's see, 1962.
50-something?
Mm-hmm. What else could we have done today?
Well, another on this day was in 1982, Jay Giles' band started a 6-week run at number one. 6 weeks at number one with Centerfold.
All right, it's an all skate. All skate, ladies and gentlemen. It's an all skate.
This was a roller skating song, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed. The few times I DJ'd at
it was this and Kool and the Gang Celebration that were staples.
Ladies' Night was a big one, too.
Would that freak you out if you Like, say this story happened to you.
What?
Like, your high school girlfriend.
I have not
And
paid attention to the lyrics of this song at all.
You don't know what it
No.
is?
Oh,
so
no.
your high school...
Based on a true story.
The girl you had a crush on in high school.
Yeah.
Just you thought about her all the time.
Oh, and then you
grow up
yeah.
and you look in a magazine and they're
Centerfold.
she's naked and that girl you dreamed about in high school.
And I would go, cool.
See, he's upset about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she's
He doesn't
she's
like
an
it.
angel, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
he remembers her as the sweet, sweet high school girl.
I would say, God, way to go. You made it big, honey. The soft fuzzy sweater.
In that negligee is really just too much.
Yeah, no,
A good clapping song.
it wouldn't bother me.
That wouldn't
at all.
bother you?
No. No. I remember when I met, she's from Ogden, Cynthia Brimhall. Cynthia Brimhall, she's from Ogden, and I guess I met her after she was famous in Playboy.
Was she a Playboy or a Penthouse?
She was a Playboy. I think she was the Centerfold even. She might have been Playmate of the Year. And then she did a bunch of those cheesy, guns and boobs movies.
Yeah.
Action.
Yeah, action boobs.
Yeah, action boob movies. And but she was just an exceptionally nice and charming person. And then I looked at her pictures and I went, "Way to go, Cynthia!"
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Way to go.
Okay.
Way to go. You've made it.
Listen, as bad as that opening number was,
Kitty's place. I should have been a cowboy.
Yeah,
could've-
cancer
I
put a
could've-
boot in his ass.
I could have done that.
I'm glad you didn't.
Kobe Teeth.
Red Solo
Cancer.
Cup.
Oh, was that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, cancer put a boot right in his ass. Stomach cancer.
Let's have a party.
I actually kind of liked Red Solo Cup. Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Little
It's
bit.
all right. It's all
A
right.
little bit.
I've heard Kobe Teeth songs that I kind of like, but I just couldn't abide that.
Yeah. Stomach cancer.
Yep.
See,
Only
that's-
62 or something.
That's what I get for not paying attention.
What?
Because I usually do my research for our Deadpool
He
every
could
year.
have been on your list.
I didn't look on the country music list. I didn't look.
Yeah, because he's been. I think
'Cause
he's
he's
been
been-
talking about it for a while.
Apparently, he's been
Is the King on anybody's list? Because they had a cancer announcement yesterday too.
Oh, King Charles.
King Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't think so.
No.
He and they're not being specific about what it is
I
either.
think it's prostate cancer.
No.
Didn't
They
it-
said. As a
no?
matter of fact, they said it is not.
Yeah, he went in
went
for
in
a
for-
prostate procedure.
Yeah.
He had an enlarged
They
prostate.
found this other
They
thing.
found
Oh,
this cancer.
okay.
They said it's not prostate cancer. What is it?
They-
The
they
King
won't
will
say.
be dealing with this.
They're saying we're not telling you, but don't speculate.
Well, if you don't tell us, we have to speculate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
No, we don't. I don't care to speculate because I really don't care what kind of cancer it is.
It sounds bad, though. It sounds
It
like,
does sound bad.
uh-oh, this is not good.
You know what I think it is? Syphilis.
Something.
That's what it really
Syphilis
is.
cancer? They
Syphilis.
said it's cancer. They didn't say
I think that's a cover.
That's different.
cancer is a cover.
It's a cover-up.
You can't tell people it's syphilis.
You
What's
wouldn't.
better than syphilis? Oh, cancer. Everyone will feel bad for him if he
Yeah.
has cancer.
I mean, that's true. If you said, the monarch has syphilis, everybody... Oh, my God.
A large number of people have been wishing this upon him, and it has come true.
Oh, wow.
That's how he got it. Meghan Markle, right up there on the top of the list.
Chuck Berry, 200 women. 200.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96 Radio from Hell.
There we go.
Yeah, farting around. I mean, that was kind of a really bitter farting around because that song put that bitterness in me. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back with your check-ins at 877-602-9696, 877-602-9696. Let us know how you're doing, what you're doing. We'd like to hear from you in the morning, so check in with us.
BigOTires.com. Now, they're saying that there's snow coming.
yeah.
This
This
Thursday? I
2
think?
days, right? 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
So today would be the day to get your snow tires.
Yeah, and if you're looking for new tires, Big O is the place to go. They carry all the name brand tires, and they guarantee the lowest prices on every tire every day. But right now, come in and save $60, $160 in rebates on select sets of Michelin tires. That's now through February 19th. Big O is more than just tires, though. They do alignments. They'll winterize your car. They've got great winter tires. They do oil changes and all of that sort of thing, plus free tire rotation and flat repair, just like what they did on my Honda CR-V.
Yeah, I've had them do that for me too. And not, I usually go to the one on Highland Drive, but I've had them help me out when I've been in Ogden. I just go in and they'll take care of you there too.
They offer multiple financing options for any situation. Visit bigotires.com to find a store near you. They are the team you trust.
I have a funny bathroom story.
Okay.
A public bathroom story.
Okay.
And Bill will like this because I tend to attract weirdos in public bathrooms. There was the incident years ago at a truck stop in Panguitch. We won't get into that one.
Oh.
I'll tell you that after. But so I'm going to the Duran Duran show. This is Saturday night, right? So I'm at the Delta Center. There's like 20,000 people. It's sold out. Great show, by the way. But before Duran Duran goes on, I have to use the men's room. So I go and take care of my business. I'm at the sink washing my hands, okay? And I see in the mirror a dude kind of looking at me. And I'm like, oh, he probably knows that I'm Todd Newcomb because, kind of obvious. But I don't think he did. He's like, whoa, you got blue hair, man. It's like a blue Skittle. Yeah, blue Skittle. Yeah, blue Skittle hair. And he's obviously had a couple of beverages, And I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, hey, great. And that was it. And I tell my wife that just happened, and then we go and we watch Duran Duran. So the next night, you're not going to believe this, the next night it's The Cure, okay? So we go to the Delta Center again, and we're seated on a completely mirror opposite side of the arena, totally different seats. And before The Cure goes on, and go do my thing in the men's room, and I go in there, and I'm at the sink again, and I'm not even kidding you, the same dude, I look in the mirror, and it's the same guy. Whoa, blue Skittle hair, you're here again, woo! And at that point, I high-fived him. We did a one-arm embrace, and I'm like, dude, we got to hang out. So 2 nights in a row.
So you made a date with a guy in a bathroom is what I'm getting from that.
Apparently I did because of my blue hair. And I'm blue Skittle hair, at least in his book. But that's just the weirdest thing that 2 nights in a row.
It is odd.
Different crowd of people. I mean, a lot of people were there for both shows, but God, that was just bizarre.
I'm surprised he didn't know who you are.
I almost thought of saying,
don't you know who I am?
I was going to say, the Bill already. But
he would have said,
and then
he would have said, well, you're Bill already.
Yes, and I would have totally owned that. And there you go. So that was weird. I also saw, like everyone, The Cure, there were more people that I recognized and that I knew and that knew me at the Cure show.
Van Duran Duran.
I bumped into our buddy Dallin Weeks from I Don't Know How, But They Found Me.
Oh, Dallin was there.
Yeah, he was there with his teenage daughter.
Really?
She was seeing The Cure for the first time, and I thought that was cute.
My offspring went as well and bought a Cure tour T-shirt.
Yes.
And has been wearing it around town, and practically everywhere they go with my wife, they say, hey, you went to The Cure? How was it? Everybody loves The Cure.
And it was you had, for The Cure, there were more young people there than Duran Duran by far. We were seated next to a couple of teenage girls, and I kind of leaned over, like, hey, have you ever seen The Cure? First, no, we're new fans. And it was adorable because they knew all the songs. They were singing along to all of them, even the deep stuff that The Cure played.
Yeah.
And they just had a great time. And I leaned over to one of them because it was when Robert was dancing around during Close to Me. And I says, I just love it when he dances because it's cute, the way Robert awkwardly dances. And she's like, oh, I know, he dances like my Nana.
My,
Wait a minute.
where's the same makeup?
Wait a minute.
as well?
Who said that? Who said that to you?
That was the teenagers sitting next to us.
Well, that might have been my offspring because they said to me, Robert Smith dances just like Nana.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my wife's mother. He does this kind of.
Well, all right, you'll have to compare notes.
Show me some photos.
Compare notes later.
Okay.
All right, 6:23. Let's get this over with.
All right, we will. Let's do it. Though, shall we? We'll go to your check-ins in just a second. 877-602-9696. That's the number to check in with us. But first, we have to officially begin the program, so let's.
Sponsored by Utah First Credit Union's personal check-in, where every feature comes standard. Learn more at utahfirst.com.
The moon is a waning moon. It's only 15.8% of full right now. The moon will set today at 1:53 p.m. Today being Tuesday. It's the 6th day of February in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. And it's Pay a Compliment Day.
Oh.
So sort of
You're
self-explanatory.
so good looking.
Well, thank you. I'm handsome Bill Allred. It's National Frozen Yogurt Day.
Frozen yogurt.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't that be in the summertime?
I don't know. I think maybe this is the day that somebody said, I know what we could do with this. It's interesting. I mean, yogurt was, invented or whatever 4,000 years ago, but it was only in 1977 that somebody said, hey, why don't we try and freeze this stuff and see how that tastes? And joking that she would be remembered as the frozen yogurt justice, Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan had the first frozen yogurt machine installed at the Supreme Court cafeteria.
Good for her.
Wow.
And it's National Chopsticks Day.
Ooh.
A large part of the world's population uses chopsticks as their utensil of choice. People in China have been deftly using chopsticks since 1200 BC. Can you use chopsticks,
Oh,
Karen?
yeah.
Gina, can you use chopsticks? I learned to do it when I was a kid. My parents insisted on it for some reason. But whenever I go, I don't. My family eats with chopsticks a lot.
Yeah.
I do not. Because I say, I have a fork.
A fork
I have
is easier.
I have a fork.
A fork is easier.
Anyway, this is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Carrie Jackson. I'm Handsome Bill Allred, plus. That's Gina Barberi over there. Katie, for short, is our producer, and we have great help today from Macy. And now we go to your check-ins.
All right, let's see who we got first. It's Randy.
Hello, Randy. You're in Mill Creek.
Hi, Handsome Bill Allred, plus.
Yes?
That's Gina Barberi. Yes.
Randy, turn your radio off.
Yeah, we can't. You got to.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Okay.
Okay, and speak up, please.
Okay, sorry about that.
There you go. Now start again.
I have 3 jokes.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I know. Are you ready?
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
They're clean, they're not dirty, they're
Okay.
clean.
Okay.
Why don't Christians go to funerals at the beginning of the day?
You've been drinking so much, Randy.
No, I haven't been drink. I don't drink, sir. I called last time. I didn't drink. Remember me?
Oh, okay.
Okay, Randy.
Say it again. You still...
Why don't Christians go to funerals at the beginning of the day?
Why don't
I don't know.
Christians go to funerals at the beginning?
They're not a morning person.
Morning.
They're not morning.
Okay.
What? Okay.
They're not, and why don't you take a bath in Pokemon?
I don't know.
He might think it's you.
Okay.
I got one more. I'll let you go.
Okay.
One more. I'll let you go.
All right, Randy. I hope this is good therapy for you.
It is. What do you call 12 bunny rabbits marching backwards in a square mile?
I don't know.
A receding hairline.
Okay.
That's all I got for you.
Okay,
Thanks,
Randy.
Randy.
All right, go back to bed.
Hi, Randy.
Have your attendant give you another dose of whatever it is. Who's this?
Killer.
Killer!
Good morning.
You're on the road going to Logan.
How'd you guess?
I don't. You're a creature of habit, Killer. What's up?
Every Tuesday, unless Monday's a holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
I wanted to make an announcement that this Saturday is the Chinese New Year.
Oh. Is that a cause
So
for celebration?
Fireworks.
Oh,
Fireworks are
fireworks.
legal the day before and the day after.
That's right.
They are really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can light fireworks in Chinese New Year, for hell's sake.
All right.
For hell's sake.
For hell's sake.
What is our year? The year of the what? What are we?
I think we're at Dragon.
Year of the Dragon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Killer.
It's a good year.
All right, Killer.
Good night.
All right.
Thank you.
Get some sleep.
Let's see. Colonel Coffee Bean checking in. Back to feeling like hell. Coffee. Lunch lady Katie checking in. Meaty nachos for lunch today.
Meaty.
Meaty.
Oh, my. Those are meaty
Meaty.
nachos.
Cardboard Chris checking in. I get to listen to My Ding-a-Ling, and I get frozen yogurt trivia. Today's going to be great.
I'm glad that does it for you, Chris.
Well, he's from Spanish Fort.
Fro-yo.
Not much going on in Spanish Fort.
Yep.
Perry City listener checking in. You're the best morning radio ever. There's your compliment for the day.
Thank you.
Let's see. I should mention that the water lock is a system of water retention associated with heart disease medication, but I'm not a medical professional.
Oh, Sid thinks that the king has a heart disease.
Oh.
Sid thinks that.
That's her
That's
speculation.
her speculation.
What?
But they said cancer.
They said cancer.
I don't know.
Phil thinks it's syphilis.
I don't know. Trucker Landon checking in from stopped traffic coming down Cajon Pass. My drive from Hesperia to L.A. normally takes 1.5 hours. This morning, navigation tells me 2.5 hours. Gotta love the atmospheric river.
Yeah, they're just getting
I don't think
inundated.
syphilis. I know it's
I
syphilis.
don't think syphilis.
Pittsburgh listener Mauricio Paez checking in. Hearing your voices makes my day better.
Oh, that's nice.
Johnny B checking in. My mother's car has the check engine light ablaze. I need to run it to the mechanic. I could use this situation to my advantage, as my sister and I have been discussing how to get her to stop driving.
That's a hard conversation to
It
have.
is a tough one.
My dad, when he had MS, drove for longer than he should have, and my sister and I were always like, "Oh, Dad really shouldn't be driving anymore." But it's hard because it's like it's taking away that freedom from somebody.
Yeah.
It's
Somebody
really-
who might hurt somebody.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a hard conversation to have. Like, I think you're done. I don't think you can do this anymore.
That is tough.
Speaking of driving and if it's tough or not, lane closure southbound I-15. This is in Clearfield. 2 right lanes are closed at 650 north. Looks like that's the only issue UDOT's reporting. You can report things. I need you. I need your help, Infiniteam members. What are you seeing out there on the roads? You can text us if it's safe for you to do that. 33986. Do you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes? Multiple unfiled years? Contact McClure and Stewart for a free consultation. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
All right, so we're going to take a break, play a song, and after that, it's Big Boy News. And right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's our Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain it coming up. Stand by.
I got to go. Chainsaw Guy's going to be here. I got to go get something out of my desk.
All right, well, Chainsaw Guy is here. He is the... Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Hi, Chainsaw
you're
Guy.
spending all morning with us. I feel very honored, Chainsaw Guy.
I don't know. I may have to take off in a bit. You know, this is my very busiest day. Chasing screaming kids out of the haunted houses. It's very hard.
Is it fulfilling work?
Well, yeah, to a certain point. But, you know, I find my work as a self-certified life coach a little bit more satisfying. I can answer people's questions, their
Love questions?
Love questions, life questions. All you have to do is call us at 877-602-9696. That is your dumb number, isn't it? Right?
Well, it's the number. I don't know if it's a dumb number.
877-602-9696. I saw a text question a while ago, and it's a guy said, I have a teenage girl. How can I convince my teenage daughter I'm not an idiot? And I sent back, I said, you can't. Cause, you know why? Because you are an idiot.
I like to think of this as
Hello, yeah, what?
It is,
Chainsaw Guy edition.
Whatever you want to talk about with Chainsaw.
So, yeah, 877-602-9696.
Hello, yeah, what?
Well, that's the dumb number you use to reach out to Chainsaw Guy. I spent many years reading self-help books.
Is that how you became a self-certified life coach?
You bet your booty. Sure did.
That's how one becomes self-certified.
Yeah, self-certified life coach. I can tackle just about anything.
Because you have to do something the rest of the year. You're not there are no haunted houses to chase people around all year long.
Well, that's true. I put my shingle out out on the front of the house. It says, Chainsaw Guy lives here, self-certified life coach. Please come in.
Just walk in.
Just walk in. You can just walk in. And then I also have the worm farm.
Walk-ins welcome.
Yeah, well, just walk in. It's fine. You don't have to have an appointment or anything. And I like answering the calls that aren't coming in today on your stupid phone line.
877-602-9696. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's your attitude that's keeping people away.
You keep saying everything's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Hello, yeah, what?
What do you two knobs know about it?
Well, see, there we go again.
I can be kind.
Now, Chainsaw Guy, you are a life coach, love coach. Do you have a special someone in your life?
A Mrs. Chainsaw Guy?
Well, I'm just wondering if there's...
I had a Mrs. Chainsaw Guy, but then I went to that law firm. She's trying to take every... See, we got divorced. She's trying to take every... She was trying to take my Poolin and my Eager Beaver and my Still Chainsaw.
Doesn't she realize that's your work?
Yeah, well, she doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
No, she's got herself a new guy. She just wants my chainsaws and my hockey mats. Can't have it.
It's taking me for everything you're worth.
That's right.
All right. Well, here are a couple of text questions.
Okay.
That I guess we could do.
Right.
And they're basically about chainsaw maintenance. One,
okay.
How often should one change the oil in the chainsaw? And two, how often do you sharpen your chainsaw?
You don't sharpen a chainsaw, you dope. You just buy a new cane. I'll buy it all in. And put it all in the gold. But I don't stand anymore. You just have it on it. But maybe it's just pop-up thing. I'll take up something. And then I put my first pan. And I put the chemistry in the coat on my foot. And then I put a hand under it. And it's really easy to and it's very handy for removing warts.
Warts, huh?
Warts. If you got a wart, you get the chainsaw out.
Well,
a better way to remove it.
My small one.
Now here's a texter that is laying some information on me. I'm shocked to learn this.
What's that?
Because I'm apparently so naive.
What? What is it?
Texter says, all life coaches are self-certified. It's not a regulated profession. I'm shocked to hear this.
Listen.
This is astounding to me. This is the first I'm learning this.
Mr. or Miss Smarty Pants, when you say it's very difficult to self-certify. You have to read that Life Coaching for Dummies book.
That's right. And that's not an easy book to get through. There are no pictures.
No. Life Coaching for Dummies. That's what you do.
It's all words.
In the back of the book, there's a form, and you can Xerox it and fill it out.
Xerox it.
Yeah, photocopy. Yeah, don't make fun of me. I'm older.
You've been chainsawing for
I've been chainsawing for decades.
Decades.
And so you fill out the form, and then you can frame it. And that's your
that makes...
That's your certificate, see?
So when people come to your house, you can point to it and say,
Well,
see?
that's right. You hang out the shingle, they walk in, you just point to that on the wall.
I'm just shocked to learn that this is not a
Well, you
thing.
learn something new every day.
Okay, now here's a question. Who is your favorite slasher? Michael Myers, Leatherface, Jason?
Well, you do. But I think I like the fire gun of my would be Phil Raymond. I'm Phil Raymond, yeah.
Who is that?
Phil Raymond.
Phil Lyman.
Phil Lyman.
Lyman,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I like to think that you're the best of two worlds. You bring Leatherface with a chainsaw, and you bring Jason with your hockey mask.
That's
So,
right. It's, you know,
best
I'm
of
a
all worlds.
split personality.
Right
Get
down, right down the middle.
Yeah, right.
Right down the middle. All right. Well, thank you, Chainsaw
All
Guy.
right,
Thanks for coming in.
All right, I got work to do.
You do.
Okay.
All
I
right.
got kids to chase.
Yes, you do. All right. Let's see. Also, Carrie, I don't know if you know this. Again, I'm shocked to
Well,
learn.
you're here to be
learn
schooled.
these things. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if you know this, but when Chainsaw Guy gives advice, it's hard to hear him over the chainsaw sound. This is shocking to
I
me.
thought everybody could. I can hear him.
I can hear him just fine. I don't know what the deal is with y'all.
I don't know. He seems to speak pretty clearly.
Thank goodness for you people.
He had to learn articulation
Yeah.
to talk from behind the hockey mask.
Not just anybody can
No.
do that.
Thank goodness for you people. I've only been doing this job for about 40 years, so thank you for helping me. Because 40 years ago today,
I don't know why you guys cough so much.
Simple Minds released their sixth studio album, Sparkle in the Rain, featuring Up on the Catwalk, Speed Your Love to Me, and that song, Waterfront.
That sounded an awful lot like The Doors.
Yeah,
You think?
Didn't it? Yeah. Like the beginning especially, but then, and that's the way, like, play the beginning of it just a little bit.
can't.
Oh, you can't? It's slipped back into the ether?
It's gone away.
Yeah.
All right. Time now for Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Right after that, Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's our dead celebrity game. I'm going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of them are fine. 1 of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You'll win
Last dinner party tickets. The last dinner party coming to the complex August 7th.
Okay. Get your concert tickets at 877-602-9696 by simply playing and winning. Frank Christ Presents. Coming up after Big Boy News, brought to you by
Salt Lake Magazine calls Swan Lake breathtaking, featuring the timeless music of Tchaikovsky, performed live with the Ballet West Orchestra February 9th through the 17th. Buy tickets at balletwest.org.
Wendy Williams has reemerged into public view in an emotional new trailer for her upcoming Lifetime documentary, Where is Wendy Williams? The trailer shows the beloved former talk show host tearfully struggling with health issues amid her family and friends striving to offer their support. The footage is often difficult to watch, as Williams has clearly suffered mentally and physically. I have no money, and I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you, says Wendy Williams. Mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay always, but in reality, there's something wrong, says her son, Kevin Hunter. My mom always talks about how she wants to work, but I think she's worked enough. She has people around her who are yes people that have allowed this to continue. At one point, an unseen man asks if she drank a bottle of what appears to be liquor, and Williams orders him to keep the bottle there.
Oh, wow.
The documentary has had unparalleled access to Williams and her family for nearly 2 years. And it will be on Lifetime. Let's see if it's, I don't know, not sure when it's going to be. Oh, here it is. The 4.5-hour, 2-night documentary, Where is Wendy Williams, will debut on Saturday, February 24th and 25th.
I'm not going to give 4 hours of my life to Wendy Williams.
On Lifetime. Well, to you, she is not beloved, but she is beloved by many, apparently.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I'll give 4 hours to a lot of people, but
not Wendy Williams.
Okay, Gene, thanks for making that clear. I'm glad I know where you stand on Wendy Williams.
Well, don't you want to know how I spend my time?
Patrick Mahomes' father will still be allowed to travel to the Super Bowl this weekend, in spite of his Saturday arrest for drunk driving. And it's not the first time. Judge James Meredith, who handled the case in Smith County, Texas on Sunday, following Mahomes Sr.'s DWI arrest, tells TMZ he didn't impose any travel ban on the elder Mahomes as part of his bond conditions, paving the way for Dad to watch his son play in Las Vegas in Super Bowl 58. Of course, it's unclear if the Chief star will want him there now, following the added distraction in the lead-up to the big game, but at least in the eyes of the law, Mahomes Sr. will be allowed to leave the state for it. As part of the conditions of his bond, however, we're told that Mahomes Sr. will not be able to take part in much partying in Sin City if he does make the trip. Law enforcement officials say he's been barred from possessing or consuming alcohol and or illegal drugs. So I'm sure he'll abide by that. Let's see. Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall yesterday disputed Governor Spencer Cox's arguments or statements that you could find fentanyl right out here on the streets of Salt Lake that come from the border. She said police data does not back up your assertions, Mr. Governor Cox. He called it a crisis in illegal immigration fueling drug use in Salt Lake. You can literally walk through downtown Salt Lake City and see the impacts of those drugs that are coming across the border with Mexico, Cox told reporters after visiting the border on Sunday.
For a photo op.
So that's another, again, public safety reason, Cox said, that we need to do more to protect our borders and then fix legal immigration so people can come through the front door the right way. Mendenhall countered Cox during the Monday news conference, where Salt Lake City Police announced a new tool to help residents better understand crime in the city. The tool, an interactive data dashboard, allows users to see how often certain types of violent crime and property crime have been reported in Salt Lake dating back to 2021. The dashboard doesn't break down historical data on reported drug offenses, but when asked to comment on Cox's comments, Mendenhall said immigration policy hasn't influenced the amount of drugs in the city. Our data doesn't show any increase related to immigration changes at the border, she said. Hours after Mendenhall's comments, Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill told the Salt Lake Tribune that with all due respect, he found Cox's comments absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
And he added that studies have shown fentanyl is more likely to be trafficked by U.S. citizens.
Yep. Yes.
And he thinks Cox's remarks were a misstatement. I would call them a lie, and I would say that Cox said them only for political fodder.
And I like the other thing Sim said. You want to talk about what you're seeing on the streets of Salt Lake? It's mental health policy.
Yeah.
It's supportive care.
Transitional help.
Those are the things that are
Housing.
Contributing to what you're seeing
Stuff,
on the streets.
yeah.
It's not immigration and people bringing fentanyl over.
None of the stuff that they're talking about up on the hill.
No.
Nothing.
No. Let's see. And Mike Lee. To Senator Mike Lee, musician Billy Idol's 4-decade-old song Dead on Arrival describes how he and some other Republicans feel about the just-released $118 billion bipartisan border security bill.
Who wrote that?
Somebody, Eric Gay with the Associated Press.
Eric, stop it.
Lee reacted to the text of the bill shortly after it was released on Sunday night, saying it, quote, feels like an elaborate practical joke, but it's not funny, not one bit, he said.
What are you talking about? They asked the Democrats to come up with a plan. This plan is stricter than we've had, what did they say, in 20 years? It reduces the amount
Democrats,
of people that can come across.
They gave them everything
they wanted.
Yep.
Everything the Republicans asked for, they put it in that bill.
That they've been screeching for.
They make it more difficult to get asylum.
I can't understand how any Republicans would think this is a good idea, said Lee.
It's what you've asked for.
It's ridiculous. Mitt Romney has not taken a position on the bill yet, but amid the negotiations, he said, we're at a race of incursions into the country. What? Of about 4 million a year. That's larger than the population of 24 of our states. Lee argued that senators shouldn't be expected to vote on the bill within the week. And whatever. Let's see. A man was arrested in... The Washington County Sheriff's Office said they were informed by Layton Police Department that a possible missing endangered minor was being driven through their jurisdiction. Layton PD provided a description of the vehicle and the registration information, and law enforcement spotted the vehicle, arrested a guy at a restaurant in St. George, and confirmed that the man and an underage girl were there. And they said, come on out of the restaurant. They arrested him. He was trafficking her. He was taking her to, he said we were going to Las Vegas. This is kind of cool. I saw this in the news today, I think in the Deseret News. Let's see, 4th South and Main Street in the heart of Bountiful. There's a crowd of people trying to get in the front door of a red brick building. It could be a bank run or maybe something to do with Taylor Swift tickets. No. The people are standing in line waiting to order a Philly cheesesteak. This is not a one-time thing. The people are queuing up, will tell you, most every day, rain or shine, it's like this at lunchtime. No place in downtown Bountiful more popular than Vito's. Vito's is only open for 3 hours a day.
Oh.
Really?
Just a lunch
from 11
place.
a.m. to 2 p.m., 5 days a week, closed on the weekends. Don't take credit cards. Don't take any, just cash only.
Wow.
And people line up and buy these cheesesteaks. Apparently they are delicious.
Good for Vito.
Yeah. California is just getting pummeled with this rain, some of which is coming our way. At least 3 people have died in the historic flooding battering California as multi-million-dollar mansions are trashed by rivers of flowing mud and boulders. Forecasters are predicting more is still to come. This weather system, they are calling it a Pineapple Express, lingering over much of the Golden State, is causing chaos over several regions, including Beverly Hills, Malibu, and Montecito. Severe weather has killed 3 Californians so far. 38 million people are under flood alert.
Wasn't there like a million people without power?
Yeah. It's just going to keep coming, apparently. But don't worry, everything's okay with the climate. Everything's okay.
Nothing to see here.
And the Russians are freezing to death in Moscow because heating systems are breaking down. They're having a harsh winter. I mean, the winters in Russia are bad generally, but this is even worse. Parts of Russia are experiencing temperatures like minus 70 degrees in Siberia. And the brutal conditions are made even worse because Russia's infrastructure is very poorly maintained. Many of its facilities dating from the Soviet era, according to the media reports, and they're not spending any money on it. They're spending money on trying to kill Ukrainians.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Again, priorities.
Finally, this story. Earlier this month, Popeyes. We have a Popeyes, don't we?
Sure.
We have a couple of them. Would give away free chicken wings if either the Baltimore Ravens or the Buffalo Bills won the Super Bowl. It called the promo Wings for Wings. And those teams were chosen because Ravens mascot has wings and Buffalo is internally connected to wings. Unfortunately, we'll have to pay for our own 6 pieces after those teams were knocked out of the playoffs by the Super Bowl-bound Chiefs. But there's another way you can bring the flavor of hot wings to your game celebrations. Truly Hard Seltzer has announced an ultra-limited edition release of hot wing sauce-flavored seltzer.
Yeah. Sounds terrible.
And it immediately sold out because apparently everybody is nuts. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I suppose if somebody said, here, try this, I would try one, maybe, but I certainly wouldn't go out and buy them. All right, that's it.
This is The Last Dinner Party.
Oh, the band.
The band.
You can win tickets.
We're giving away tickets. Playing Frank Christ Presents coming up here in about a minute.
They're coming to the Complex on August 7th.
877-602-9696.
Pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad. Sports weather traffic.
Nearly 1 in 5 Americans have an online sports betting account, according to a new survey released on Monday. 39% of Americans bet on sporting events. 1 in 5.
Really?
Just betting on their phone.
Wow.
I mean, the only time I've ever bet on sports is like if I'm in Vegas or I'm like at a horse track.
Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just sit in your kitchen.
I can't imagine doing it on my phone. The Jazz are home tonight to the Oklahoma City Thunder. That game is at 7 o'clock. Weather. So, Salt Lake City, rain and a chance of snow possible, though accumulation isn't likely. 50% chance of rain mixed with snow during the day. Little or no accumulation expected. Wednesday night, though, 80% chance of snow during the day. Let's see. Thursday, chance of snow is 60%. Friday night, more snow possible. It gets colder on Thursday and Friday, so that's why we're thinking this might change over. But probably will just be mostly cloudy today, it looks like. That is weather. Traffic, a friend of the program says, avoid the West Gate at Hill Air Force Base. I've been on the southbound off-ramp for 30 minutes.
Wow.
So that is a problem. Thank you for sending that in at 33986. That's all I have. UDOT's not reporting anything else, but if you're stuck somewhere and want to whine about it, feel free to text us. I will whine with you and pass it along to friends of the program. Big O Tires, locally owned and operated in Utah now through February 19th. Get up to $160 off select sets of tires after mail-in rebate. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
He's here in the studio once again, ladies and gentlemen. The Archangel of Death. The Grim Reaper. The Reaper of celebrity souls. The one, the only Frank Christ.
So busy.
Yeah, you had to go get Toby Keith.
I had to go get Kobe Teeth.
Well,
does he wear the cowboy hat in the scooter?
You know, he wouldn't take it off.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I thought it was nice, though. I understand that you, as he got into the sidecar of your electric scooter, you handed him a red Solo cup.
Yeah, I thought,
Enjoy.
keep with the theme.
Yeah. Frank is, he reaps the souls of celebrities, and that's ironic because he...
I love our precious celebrities.
No, you do.
You hate your job. I mean, you get to meet celebrities, which is cool.
But
they're dead.
under the circumstances.
Frank takes, he doesn't kill these people.
No,
he takes their souls when they have died, and he takes them to the distribution center.
Yes.
And Frank joins us to play a game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank's given me a list of actors, 4 actors, and on this list, one of the actors Frank has taken away.
Yes.
The other 3, though.
The other 3 are just fine.
Yeah. And it is the contestant's job to figure out which actor is dead, and who do we have?
Boston is on the phone.
Boston? Is that correct?
Hello? Can you hear me all right?
Hi, Boston.
Yeah,
Boston, are you
is
there?
that your name?
Yes.
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. Today's my birthday.
Aw, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I think you meant to say that you were fine. You were just fine, right?
Fine.
Yeah.
Just fine.
Okay.
Is Boston your real name, or are you using a pseudonym?
Yes.
It is your real name?
No, it's my real name.
And why did your parents name you Boston, do you know?
They thought it was an amazing name. I'm not quite sure why.
Oh, okay.
Be curious about yourself, Boston.
Yeah, find out. Ask them. Make them own
I
up
will,
to
just
this.
for you.
I would stand in front of them and go, "What the hell were you thinking?"
All right,
Exactly.
Boston, we're going to play the game Frank Chris presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
And there's a dead actor on this list, and you have to select which one is dead, and you'll win tickets to see
The Last Dinner Party coming to the Complex on August 7th.
And they sound pretty good. All right, here we go, Boston. Now, these are all because it's National Chopsticks Day. These are actors in movies about or set in China. All right, here we go. Number 1, Diana Rigg. Her roles include Emma Peel in the TV series The Avengers, the wife of James Bond on Her Majesty's Secret Service, Olena Tyrell in Game of Thrones, Lady Holiday in The Great Muppet Caper, and she was in Evil Under the Sun as well. Her China movie, The Painted Veil. A mismatched married couple move to Shanghai, China, and their marriage undergoes many changes. Number 1, Diana Rigg. Number 2, Molly Parker. Her first major role was in Waking the Dead. She played a Las Vegas escort in The Center of the World, for which she was nominated for an Independent Spirit Award, and she was Alma Garrett in Deadwood. She also had a major role in House of Cards. Her China movie, Hemingway and Gellhorn. She plays one of Ernest Hemingway's many wives who travels to China with him to cover the bombing attacks by Japan. Number 2, Molly Parker. Number 3, Bess Armstrong. She was in Jaws 3D with Dennis Quaid, Alan Aldous The Four Seasons, the TV miniseries Lace, and Nothing in Common starring Tom Hanks and Jackie Gleason. She also appeared in Castle, Mad Men, SWAT, and Grey's Anatomy. Her China movie, High Road to China with Tom Selleck. And number 4, Stephen Lang, known for roles in films like Manhunter, Gettysburg, Tombstone, Gods and Generals, The Men Who Stare at Goats, Conan the Barbarian, and Don't Breathe. His China movie is called Mortal Engines, a steampunk post-apocalyptic film 1,000 years in the future that takes place in what used to be China. Number 4 is Stephen Lang. Which one of those actors is dead, Boston?
I want to say Molly Parker.
Molly Parker? No.
Oh, she's fine.
Sorry, she's fine. She's fine. She's only 51 and just fine.
She'll be fine
She's
for a
just
while.
fine.
Darn, no tickets for me.
No.
Hang
Listen,
hang on.
Boston, we believe in second chances here,
And it's your birthday.
and it's your birthday, so I'm going to give you another chance. Listen carefully. Is it Diana Rigg, Bess Armstrong, or Stephen Lang?
Diana Rigg.
It is, in fact, Diana Rigg, the lovely Diana Rigg. She died in 2020 at the age of 82.
Tell Cersei.
So there you go, Boston. You're going to get those tickets to see the dinner party. Is that it?
The last dinner
The
party.
last dinner party. They sound
Ooh,
really.
thank you.
You're welcome, and happy birthday. How old are you?
23.
All right. Hang on, Boston. We'll get you some tickets.
The last dinner party. Oh, I'm familiar with that.
You've been to a
Bet
lot
you
of
are.
those.
Been
huh?
to a lot of those. Has anyone seen Mamie Van Doren?
Surely
What?
she's gone.
No.
Surely she's
93 today.
Really?
gone.
Still hanging in.
I just can't imagine.
Has anyone seen Mike Farrell?
BJ Honeycutt?
85 today.
No. Oh.
Tom Brokaw is 84. Tom Brokaw. I'm going to go check on Fabian. He's 81 today.
A lot of people
Baby.
today.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank. There he goes. His electric scooter. A reap a soul.
Sometimes you text in traffic, other times you text in love for cheesesteaks. Lots of love for Vito's cheesesteaks.
Really?
I love Vito's.
Everybody's excited you were talking about
We'll
that.
have to go.
If you want to talk traffic or cheesesteaks, you can text us 33986. Shop everyday low prices on a huge selection of home furnishings at Living Spaces. Plus, discover clearance deals that are up to 60%. Get free next-day shipping. Save big every day only at Living Spaces.
All right, because our phones can't handle you, it's Throwback Tuesday. After these.
It's solid gold. Radio from Hell, solid gold.
Solid Gold Tuesday. All right, coming up after these, stand by. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
Great news for all you procrastinators who need a little bit more time to get your to-do list ready. And the thing should be on the top of it right now is LASIK surgery. Carrie and I both done this. We've talked to many people who've gone to Hoops, everybody's just, I mean, you get rid of your glasses and your contacts.
Contacts are worse than glasses.
And this
I
is,
think.
this is the perfect time to do it. Because they're having a sale, they've continued this. $1,200 off LASIK or PRK. $1,200. Now, you got to book it and complete it by February 29th, so don't waste another minute. Use this extra day of the month to save big on LASIK. Hoops Vision puts the most advanced technology in the hands of the most experienced surgeons, ensuring you a very safe and just a great outcome. So $1,200 off right now. They do have financing options. Schedule your consultation today, 877-30-LASIK, or you can book online at hoopsvision.com.
Imagine
Beat Gina, brought to you by
Christopher's Prime Steakhouse, simply Utah's best steakhouse, the perfect spot for a wonderful date night. Reserve your table at christophersut.com, located at 110 West Broadway.
Delicious.
It's here in the name of love, another edition of Beat Gina. I'm Beat Gina announcer Johnny Ola for the good folks at Beech Nut Peanut Butter. Oh. Beech Nut is the perfect peanut butter for those tough economic times. 26 slices of bread can be spread by one medium-sized jar of Beech Nut peanut butter. You actually spread the bread with flavor. Delicious Spanish and Virginia peanuts are blended, a necessary step to Beech Nut flavor. They're roasted evenly until the kernels are a rich, warm brown. Beech Nut is healthful, nourishing, and easy to digest. It sets off the flavor of other sandwich fillings by its own captivating flavor. Spread one slice with Beech Nut and the other with cream cheese, olives, jam, bananas. A pleasantly different taste. Beech Nut peanut butter comes in a vacuum-sealed clear glass jar, never sold in bulk. Try these other fine Beech Nut products as well. Beech Nut bacon, Beech Nut coffee, macaroni, spaghetti, vermicelli, Beech Nut elbows, Beech Nut pork and beans, jams and jellies, mints, Beech Nut chewing gum, and more from the Beech Nut Packing Company in Kanahore, New York. And now, here he is, our very own Beech Nut, Kerry Jackson.
Oh, thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much. All right, the randomizer has picked your contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Matt today.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, how you doing?
All right,
I'm
Matt,
fine.
we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Heads or tails, Matt?
Heads.
Coin toss app says heads, Gina Barberi.
I see.
That
Well,
means, yeah, you're one step closer to getting those Counting Crows dashboard confessional tickets because Matt's going first. But if Gina manages to claw her way back, Matt, and beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
Donate to the road home.
Donate to the road home. Very nice. All right, Matt, the first question is for you. These are Harrison Ford trivia questions. None of them Indiana Jones questions. All right. So here we go. First question for Matt. Harrison Ford is part of the Boy Scouts of America. What rank does Harrison Ford hold? Is it 1, Bear Scout? Is it 2, Crashing Small Aircraft Scout? 3, Pooped in the Woods Scout? Or 4, Life Scout?
Life Scout.
Life Scout is correct.
That's correct, and it's 1 point for Matt.
All
Gina,
right.
your turn.
Gina, let's get to you here. Okay, here we go. Harrison Ford once described the character Han Solo as what? Is it 1, the hootinest, tootinest, shootinest bobtail wildcat in space?
yes.
Is it 2, the meanest, toughest, rip-roaringest, Edward ever Hortonest, hombre, whatever packed a blaster? 3, a slippery, slimy scoundrel? Or 4, the great rapscallion of the universe?
3.
A slippery, slimy scoundrel. No, incorrect.
That's good for you, Matt. A chance to steal.
I'm going to say number 4.
The great rapscallion of the universe.
There it is. It's 2 points for Matt, no points for Gina, and it is Matt's question.
Wow, this could be quick.
Matt,
we hope.
let's see. With all of the roles Harrison Ford has played, Who is his favorite character? He said it. Who is his favorite character? Was it 1, Beach Patrol Cop on an episode of the Mod Squad, 2, Han Solo, 3, Indiana Jones, or 4, Bellhop Pager in Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round?
I'm gonna guess number 3.
Indiana Jones is correct.
And you win the game, Matt.
That was
Oh, do you think I fooled you?
Nicely done. That was just like 3-0. Boom.
Ooh.
Well, Counting Crows, is that what he wins?
He barely had to work for
I
these.
took down the Pirate Queen.
Wow. That's
Way
an
to go.
accomplishment. That's
Way
an
to go.
accomplishment.
All right, Matt, hang on the line and somebody will tell you how to get your tickets.
It's Counting Crows Dashboard
All right, thank
Confessional Friday, September 22nd at USANA Amphitheater.
I got a piece of beech nut chewing gum I'm working on, so I'm going to go in the other room.
Go get it. It's under the table.
Six.
Yeah, like Amy in Kearns did.
Oh.
Texted us from Kearns wanting to know, hey, aren't you guys doing a Valentine giveaway? Yes, Amy, we are. Right now, actually.
Even for people in Kearns.
X96 has your Valentine's shopping covered. We know you forgot. Listen all week to win a different Valentine's prize every day. Today's prize is a $50 Harmon's gift card. Plus, visit x96.com and enter to win our Valentine's grand prize, one of each daily prize. Find everything you need at Harmon's for Valentine's Day. Yeah, you could spend that $50 lots of different ways at Harmon's for Valentine's Day. Perfect for flowers, flower arrangements, specialty chocolates, and more. Let Harmon's help you out for Valentine's. More at harmonsgrocery.com. How do you try to win? Text the word ROSES. ROSES, ROSES to 33986 now for your chance to win.
All right.
Well,
Since we're,
Is this time machine music?
since we're,
I like this.
Old-timey?
yeah.
Yeah. I because we have a problem with our phone system, the phone-centric Radio from Hell show, and we do a lot of phone work on the show because, well, we're told that people like it and we're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But it's a tool that we don't really like to use right now because of the incessant beeping and.
We're told this will be fixed,
Yeah.
but who knows when.
So in the meantime, let's have a Radio from Hell classic bit, something that we recorded years ago, back when this show was funny and not political.
And the phones worked.
But we didn't use them much. That's probably what happened. We didn't wear them out. You know.
People are going to get angry and turn off the show. I have reams and reams and reams of notes. It needs to be better.
That's right. Louder, faster, funnier. That's what we always say.
Yep.
So what choices do we have here?
We have many.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion, but I mean,
Okay.
we have many.
What's your suggestion?
I am going to suggest a Space Elders episode.
Whoa, we haven't
Okay.
played one of those in a while.
And this is one where Gina got to put her sexy voice on.
Oh, is it the Borg Queen?
The Borg Queen.
We played one when you were gone, which had Carrie said it's your favorite line ever in Space Elders, which was, "Well done, Qui-Gon Jinn."
Well done, Qui-Gon.
Well done, Qui-Gon Jinn. Me trying to do my Samuel L. Jackson impression.
Yes, I do love that.
Well done, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Right. Now, warning, this is long.
And
Okay.
and it's old.
And
What?
it's not funny.
Sure, what?
So,
it's long and not funny, so I'm glad.
Well,
here we go. Here we go. Or not.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Carrie has to walk all the way
It is the
across.
23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders!
Sounds old.
Yeah, muffled kind of.
Today, we join our elders as they are about to encounter the Borg for the second time.
Man, these Borg ships sure are sparsely decorated and poorly lit.
Well, I sure hope we get to spend more time with the Borg this time. I mean, last time we didn't even get to the first discussion.
I am 5 of 7. I am here to show you the way.
Hey, that's why we're here too.
Hello, Mr. 5 of 7. Oh, we met your cousin 3 of 7 last time. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know.
The Mormons.
Oh.
Yes, your exploits are known throughout the collective.
Hey, Lehigh, we're famous, huh?
All Borg are one. Whatever one experiences becomes available to all.
Well, that would speed up fast and testimony meetings. Say, where are you taking us?
To her chambers. She is expecting you.
I don't like the sound of that.
Welcome, elders. I have been anticipating your arrival.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Lehigh, and he's Butch.
Hi.
I have wonderful plans for you boys. Together we will rule over the perfect Borg galaxy.
Well, I hope this can wait until after our mission is over.
Ma'am, who exactly are you, and why do you have plans for us?
I am the Borg.
Well, I thought they were the Borg.
They are, and I am. And once we assimilate you two, you will be Borg as well.
Oh, I get it. He's a Borg, she's a Borg. Everywhere a Borg. Old MacDonald had a Borg.
Knock it off, Butch. We better come up with a plan quick or we're going to be assimilated.
Okay, Ms. Borg, tell you what. I'll give you my new fender flares and the luggage rack off of Lehigh's bike, and we'll just be on our way.
You will look cute in black rubber suits, and I have picked out some special prosthetic parts for each of you. Soon you'll be my lieutenants, my consorts, my special friends. Together we will assimilate the Federation, then the Romulans, then the Cardassians, and then whoever else we can find. And we will have fun doing it. Hook them to the assimilator.
Hey, come on, let us go!
Nothing like the assimilation of new young men to make one forget about how Locutus left me without saying goodbye.
Something is wrong. The assimilation process has failed. They have already been assimilated by a stronger force than the Borg.
Quick, shut down the machinery. The feedback could contaminate the collective. What have you done to my beloved collective?
Well, once you hooked us up to that gizmo over there, all of our experiences were spread throughout the entire Borg race.
Lehigh and I were able to bear our testimonies to more than 7 billion beings at one time.
It was kind of like General Conference, except without the crying babies and the old people going to sleep.
Yeah.
We not only got to give the first discussion to the Borg, but to pretty much teach the whole gospel to all of them at once. Could it be? Have the Borg finally met their match? Could Butch and Lehigh be immune to the assimilation process? Tune in next time to hear the Borg say...
I am Elder 5 of 7, and this is my companion 4 of 9. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
No! You've turned the most feared race in the galaxy into a bunch of jello-loving, suburban-driving moral goody-goodies.
Well, you think that people were afraid of you before. Wait until you start approaching planets now. Man, I'd hate to play ward ball against these guys.
I think our work here is done. Hey, can we count all 7 billion as converts?
Well, technically we didn't baptize them. We'll have to check with Zone Leader Hansen just to be sure.
What about me? I was queen. I was the most powerful being in the galaxy, ruler of an entire race of warriors. What am I supposed to do now?
Well, I guess you are now the most powerful Relief Society president in the galaxy. Congratulations. Gotta go.
Bye-bye, sister.
On the next artificial limb-attaching episode of Space Elders!
That was not only long, it was really slow.
Yeah, editing. We needed
a little copy editing.
We needed to learn about editing.
And I've never smoked. But man, my
you did in
voice
that.
has
You did in that bit.
Oh,
though.
you were the mistress of the night there. All right, so there you go.
I mean, the concept was pretty good. It just needed
it needed editing.
trim. Yeah.
Crash southbound I-15 milepost 310. That's 10th North in Salt Lake, off to the right shoulder. That is the only thing that UDOT's reporting. What are you reporting? I need your help, Borg members.
Or like bored.
Text us what you're seeing on the roads at 33986. Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialist, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, located at 33rd South, 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
Okie doke, here are the boner candidates you're going to be voting for in just a couple of minutes. Boner candidate number 1. Which foot is the shoe on now, huh? Oh, yeah, it's on the other foot, isn't it? Boner candidate number 2. I did a double take. For a minute there, I thought you were Elvis. And boner candidate number 3. Our beloved Poonam has died of cervical cancer. Kidding.
All right, boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these and a song. Stand by. Oh, Harmon's for Valentine's Day.
Just talking about that, Harmon's has every single thing you could possibly need for Valentine's Day. I think I'm going to get some steaks, some really nice steaks.
That's a great idea.
They have crab Oscar there too. I love that. And maybe get a cooking school class certificate and have a date night after Valentine's Day. Go take a cooking class.
They have beautiful flowers there, too. Flowers and orchids. All different price ranges, too, depending on what your budget is.
You know, you can buy those flowers online if you don't want to go to the store. You can go to harmonsgrocery.com, see all of the flowers they have available, beautiful bouquets and all of that. Specialty chocolates, local chocolates like these chocolates and True Fru. Cupcakes and the red velvet cheese ball. Don't forget that.
Love it.
Red velvet cheese ball, chocolate-covered strawberries starting Monday, February 12th. This is a great place to shop for Valentine's Day. Harmon's, your local grocery store.
Hi, I'm Dominic, and I'm...
Can I ask you a question before you talk about this?
Sure.
Is it alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
Wait.
Because I want to guess what it is before you say what it is.
Well, it's alcoholic.
Okay. It's a mimosa.
No.
Okay.
So yesterday, I went to the movies.
All right.
Which I have not done since I saw Top Gun Maverick 3 times. I have not been.
You mean Star Wars? You saw Star Wars 3 times.
I have not been to the movies.
It's a small thermal exhaust port right below the main port. We have to fly through this canyon just right. Yeah.
It's true. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
I went with my mom and my sister Kelly and my sister Carrie. It's Carrie's birthday today.
You
by
were
the
drinking
way.
at the movie theater?
Well,
Good.
No.
Always
birthday.
a good time.
And at the movie,
okay,
before the previews,
yes,
there are commercials.
Yes.
The lights are on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People are milling about.
Perfect time for a cocktail.
No.
No?
Commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is separate from the drink conversation. And we were chatting, and somebody shushed us. We were shushed in the commercials.
Shushed in the commercials?
And I leaned over to my sister and I said, "This isn't even the previews. Are there people that want?" And I'm asking you, am I being?
Here's what that was. That was a preemptory strike. That was
like
these people are going to be talking in the damn movie too. I just know it.
We're talking to the commercials.
I know, but that was the thought.
But you don't give a preemptory strike in a situation like that. I mean, unless it was the accident lawyer whose commercial was playing, and he was like, "I want to see this, and you better shut up because I paid for it."
We were shushed.
You don't shush during the commercials. You give them a chance to be noisy during the movie, then you shush them.
But that's what I'm sure that's what it was. Yeah. They were concerned that you were going to keep doing that.
But the movie we went to see was A Man Called Otto.
Oh, yes, the Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
Remake. I saw the original.
Yeah, Man Called Ove was
yeah.
And that was based on a book.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, there were tears shed in
Of course.
Yeah. Because Tom Hanks and
it's a tearjerker.
Yeah.
It's manipulative, is what it is.
Yes. And then we went out to lunch after the movie.
Oh, where'd you go?
Well, we were at the Farmington station, and on Sunday afternoon, the only thing that was open was P.F. Chang's.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, well.
It was fine.
Yeah, sure.
And, well, it's your birthday. We should have, a cocktail, a celebratory cocktail.
Who's driving? That's what I want.
And my mother, the Saint of Mary Claire, is there. Now, in the past, Mary Claire has had one alcoholic drink she will have occasionally. And the occasion is usually when she goes to lunch with her gay friends. This is what she has.
Oh, I think you've said this before.
Yeah.
Now that I... Yeah.
It's Malibu rum and pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Which nobody has, by the way. About 75% of the time she orders that, they go, no, we don't have Malibu rum.
Malibu rum is one that most bars don't. Yeah.
Why does it have to be Malibu rum?
Because it's coconut.
Oh.
So this has been Mary Claire's signature drink, if she has one, on the very rare occasion.
I'm telling you, Gina, she drinks like a fish at home. She has them all day.
But she, as we were sitting there, and it was timely based on the movie we just saw, she said, I have a new signature drink. And I think we talked about this, maybe with Jimmy.
What?
It's a Tom Hanks.
I don't...
The drink is a Tom Hanks?
It's a Tom Hanks.
I don't remember this.
Or its other name is a cocaine.
Oh, yes.
It's Coca-Cola.
It's Diet Coke with a splash of champagne in it. Because Tom Hanks told a story, he was on Stephen Colbert, and he said, he's not a teetotaler, but he's like, I'm not a big drinker. And he said, and I usually order a Diet Coke wherever I am. And he said, we were somewhere, and people were toasting, and they were giving me a hard time. And I said, fine, put some champagne in my Diet Coke. And they did, and he said, well, that's pretty tasty. That's
your thing.
But now you can apparently order.
They will have it.
They will have it.
Tom Hanks.
That is an available thing.
If they have champagne, I suppose.
Well, of course they'll have champagne.
But Mary Claire has ordered this out in the wild and
has received it.
Yeah, a Tom Hanks. Because
Okay.
I think she feels funny asking for a cocaine. But she doesn't feel funny asking for a Tom Hanks.
If she likes that, she really should have an Arnold Palmer. She'd like that.
Well, that's not alcohol.
What? Yeah, you can put alcohol in it. You can order it with alcohol. Just iced tea and lemonade and vodka.
It's a Tom Hanks. The cocaine.
I could not have a Tom Hanks.
Why?
Too many bubbles.
Is
make you burp.
Overly bubbly?
Yeah. I don't have the bubbly drinks. That's another reason I'm not a beer guy. Is that it just makes me burp too much.
I just think it's what a ridiculous drink.
I'd like to try it though.
Yeah,
Is it just a splash, or is it 50-50?
Well, I'm sure you can do it how you like.
Is it like my Coco Vino, which is half and half?
The way Tom Hanks describes it is, it's just it's an already poured Diet Coke, and you just put a splash.
You just put a splash in it.
But maybe a 50-50. I think you could experiment with it a little bit. But
the texture.
I wouldn't bother.
Malibu rum and pineapple is freaking delicious.
It sounds actually good because I like coconut. But
really sweet.
I could only drink one.
Because Malibu rum is already pretty sweet.
Yeah, I could only drink one.
And Bill, an Arnold Palmer with alcohol is called a John Daly.
That's right.
Oh.
Which makes perfect.
Well,
and it's garnished with a cigarette. It's just sitting there on the side.
Float a cigarette on that.
Float a cigarette on
Dave Grohl tells the story in his autobiography, the best tasting food he's ever had was fried chicken with champagne.
Like you dunk it in champagne?
I don't know.
Or it just accompanies?
I think
it accompanies,
Yeah. Champagne, they say, and it may be true, is good with anything. You can pair it with anything.
Sure you could.
It's perfect with any.
I can't drink a lot of champagne.
Because it makes you burp, right?
Like with Tom Hanks, if I'm somewhere and they're toasting and they go going around pouring, then I will have a glass of it. But I never other than that, I don't. We bought a bottle of champagne for New Year's Eve. It's still sitting in the
Well, I'll drink it.
Oh, it's probably flat by now.
Is it open?
No.
Oh, well.
No, I'll drink it.
No, we didn't even get around to opening it. I'm like, I'd rather have
You went to
something
bed
else.
at 8, didn't you?
Well, maybe.
Does he always drink at 10 in the morning?
Yeah, champagne.
Beer is for breakfast round here. Drink or be gone.
I like it well enough.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can't drink a lot of it, though.
No, it's not something you want to
It's
get
a little
down with.
sip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down.
Oh, now see, here's someone who's making this just egregious now. Malibu rum with pineapple juice is even better with a splash of amaretto. Why don't you just have a sugar water?
Yeah.
Why don't you just take a half a cup of sugar, mix it with a half a cup of water, stir it up, and drink it? Because that's what you're getting.
That won't make me drunk.
Ugh.
Drunk again.
Yep.
Now I want some Malibu rum and pineapple juice because I like both of those.
Go out and get plastic.
You should go to lunch with my mom, and you can order it.
Yeah, there you go.
I like wine.
All right. On this day,
In 1990, Billy Idol suffered serious injuries when he failed to stop at a stop sign and crashed his Harley Davidson into a car.
Oops.
He walked with a cane for a long
That's
time.
right.
He's lucky to be alive.
Yep. All right, time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one should be Boner of the Day for today, February 6, 2024. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. Which foot is the shoe on now, huh? Oh, yeah, it's on the other foot, isn't it? Representative Mark Green, a Republican from Tennessee, was made to eat his own words on Monday during a House hearing on Republicans' baseless bid to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Representative Joe Neguse, Democrat of Colorado, brought up an op-ed titled, "Americans are the victims of the impeachment inquiry." The subtitle was, "A lot of bipartisan legislation that enjoys widespread support sits gathering dust while Congress focuses on the impeachment inquiry."
Yep.
Representative Neguse asked Homeland Security Committee Chair Green, "Do you disagree with the premise and subtitle of that?" "I do," Green responded.
This is the biggest problem. Huh?
Green's answer was, very interesting, replied Neguse. So Green's answer, "That's very interesting," says Neguse, "because those are your words." In an editorial that you wrote 5 years ago during the debate about the impeachment of former President Trump.
That's different.
It's fascinating to me that you have changed your tune.
Yep.
Representative Green indeed penned that piece for the Tennessee in November 2019. "While we focus on impeachment, we are failing to address the real issues facing the American people. Americans are the ones losing out," he wrote at the time.
That's funny.
Which foot is the shoe on now, huh? Yeah, right. It's on the other foot, isn't it?
And this has been brought up to several Republican Congress people, and they say the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't feel this way before? Well, no, that was different.
Well, that was different.
No?
Here's boner candidate number 2. "I did a double take for a minute there. I thought you were Elvis."
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump's Truth Social is always weird, but on any given day, he'll throw up more than a dozen posts and retweets featuring conspiracy theories, cherry-picked poll numbers, video attacks his political opponents, endorsements of local political figures, proclamations on random topics like the latest, "The Bud Light ad will go down as the worst ad in history." You stare at his feed long enough and it all becomes a blur of impossible to follow MAGA insanity. But occasionally he posts something so weird that it just stops you in your tracks. Like this from Saturday night, in which Trump asked, "Do you think I look like Elvis Presley?"
Now, the picture we're showing in x96.com/live, that is not what he posted.
No.
It was a handsome Elvis picture and a handsome.
I don't know why we have that
Yeah,
one.
there's a split side by
Split
side
screen one, yeah.
Yeah.
For so many years, people have been saying that Elvis and I look alike. Now, this pic has been going all over the place. What do you think?
No one has been saying that you and Elvis look alike.
It does not seem that this image has been going all over the place
And it has
anywhere other than Trump's mind.
Yeah.
Maybe Trump spotted it somewhere on Truth Social over the weekend, but it wasn't viral on any larger social media platform. Trump regularly compares himself to significant historical figures like, Jesus, Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln. He's described Abraham Lincoln as a man that I've always competed against. He's encouraging the idea now that he is the spitting image of the king of rock and roll.
No.
Boner candidate number 2. I did a double take there. For a minute, I thought you were Elvis.
No.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Our beloved Poonam has died of cervical cancer. Kidding. Just kidding.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Feldman's Deli, Utah's authentic Jewish deli with expanded hours, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., breakfast until 10:30, lunch, dinner, live music Fridays and Saturdays. More information at feldmansdeli.com.
Well, Gina, you don't want to spend any 4 hours of time on a documentary on Wendy Williams.
No, I
Wendy
don't.
Williams, not Wendy O. Williams.
I'd watch that.
That's a different...
Wendy Williams. But maybe you'd spend 4 hours a documentary on Stormy Daniels, the porn star who made national headlines when it was revealed that Trump lawyer Michael Cohen had paid her $130,000 to keep her yap shut about her alleged affair with the former president. Well, it's going to be on Peacock next month. It's called Stormy, direct and produced by Emmy-nominated Helmer Sarah Gibson. It premieres on Peacock March 18th. Gibson is known for her work on documentary films and series, including Netflix's Orgasm Incorporated, the story of one taste, which she co-directed, and Britney versus Spears, which she produced. From reporters to lawyers to politicians, many have attempted to define Stormy Daniels. The doc's official description reads, Stormy tells the unvarnished truth about an unlikely American icon, this time in her own words. Aaron Lee Carr, director of Britney versus Spears, serves as producer on Stormy. Judd Apatow is an executive producer via his Apatow Productions. George Carlin's American Dream, The Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling, alongside Sarah Bernstein and Meredith Kaufers for Image Documentaries. They produce The Supermodels, Judy Blume Forever.
Stormy is not a dumb woman.
She delves in
whatever you think about her choice of career.
It delves into the life and times of Stormy Daniels as she shares her story and account of events that have become part of American history. The film takes the audience behind the curtain as Stormy navigates being a mother, an artist, an advocate working hard to reinvent herself while still grappling with the bombshell that went off in her life 5 years earlier. She's as Gina said, she's not a dumb person, and she's by all accounts a very hard-working person, and was always very concerned about supporting her daughter. This is not a good idea, Danny Ainge.
What now?
Kobe Bryant's famous Black Mamba nickname has spawned many other basketball pet names. Brian Scalabrine earned the White Mamba nickname from Bulls announcer Stacey King during the big man's time in Chicago. Bryant himself bestowed the Red Mamba title on the ginger-haired former San Antonio sharpshooter Matt Bonner. But when Utah Jazz forward Kelly Olynyk, is that how you say it? Olynyk?
Yeah.
Slithers to the hoop, the franchise's CEO, Danny Ainge, thinks of another creature. They're calling Kelly the Great White Salamander. Team broadcaster Holly Earl said. The nickname dates back to when Ainge and the Celtics drafted Olynyk in 2013 when Ainge took over as Jazz CEO. A Latter-day Saint, Danny might be aware of the White Salamander's additional history in Utah. Yeah. Murders.
Yeah.
Mark Hoffman murdering people. He said he had the White Salamander letter in which Mark Hoffman described church founder Joseph Smith's experience of finding the gold plates upon which the Book of Mormon was written. The fake document meant to cast doubt on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints' official history. Hoffman wanted to sell it to the church for a princely sum.
Yep.
But Hoffman ended up murdering 2 people by blowing them up and blowing himself up. And he almost died himself. He's currently serving a life sentence in the Central Utah Correctional. The white salamander. I don't think this is a good idea.
And that's a joke that will not. No one outside of Utah will get that. Really.
Do it, Danny. Do it.
It's. I don't think it's just people think of. It makes me think of those people that were murdered.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
You need more trouble, Danny. Do it.
An Instagram post shows a man wearing an Apple Vision Pro headset while he's driving a Tesla Cyber truck on a highway. This has gone all over the country.
Yeah.
Pete
It
Buttigieg tweeted it.
It was down in Lehigh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took less than a day after the release of Apple Vision Pro, a virtual reality headset and camera for people online to demonstrate its possibilities, potential risks. And Utah made viral video posted to Instagram Saturday, making drivers nervous. The type of behavior is reckless and will seriously get someone killed one of these days, said one Reddit user. One of the more polite comments on the post, the video appears to show a man driving a Tesla Cybertruck wearing an Apple Vision Pro headset. The driver's hands aren't on the wheel, nor are his eyes on the road. Instead, he seems focused on whatever's being displayed on the headset. Now, the driver has said, he has said in an interview with the Salt Lake Tribune, look, this was all a joke. I was not really doing that. I made it look as though I was driving.
He was driving with his knee.
Yeah, and he said I had control of what I was doing. I was less distracted. My eyes were on the road.
Sorry.
I was joking around.
Can I go back to the Mark Hoffman thing just for a minute?
Sure.
So I had dinner last night with a teacher of mine from high school, whose name is Mark Hoffman.
Uh-oh.
And he told us a story.
He's out?
He told us a story last night of back in the 80s. He was at a gas station and handed his credit card to the gas station attendant. And
I remember you telling me.
Yeah, and he looked at it and he's like, Mark Hoffman. This is when it was top of mind in the news. He's like, that's unfortunate, Mark Hoffman. And he said, but I know how you feel. And he said, why? And he said, my name is Richard Nixon.
A storm of historic proportions has dumped a record amount of rain over parts of L.A. 3 people are reported dead, and thousands of people are without power. And finally, this story. McDonald's CEO has admitted that the sales have taken a hit as jacked-up menu prices have turned off core customers. They are charging too much now for their some of their items. The Chicago-based fast food behemoth, I didn't know they were based in Chicago, has lately taken heat over a Big Mac combo meal priced at nearly $18.
Oh, come on.
He said its global same-store sales in the latest quarter have only grown 3.4%. And they're saying the people who go to McDonald's a lot are now not going to McDonald's a lot.
It has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with them getting rid of all the McDonaldland characters. That's what's this is all about.
Carrie wants more grimace.
Bring back Captain Crook. Weather traffic.
Okay, so today, 20% chance of rain earlier, but gets to be better as the day goes on. And quite warm, 53 for a high today. 80% chance of rain tomorrow. Wednesday night, Thursday, that's when things start to cool off and the chance of rain turns to a chance of snow. Traffic, let's see. We have a few things to tell you about. Crash southbound I-15, 10th north in Salt Lake, off to the right shoulder there. And we have a crash northbound I-15, Bangor Highway, milepost 289. That is also off to the left shoulder. We have a crash northbound I-15, Pleasant Grove off-ramp in Utah County, left lane closed. And for the program, texted in Bangor Highway backed up towards 62nd South. Thank you for that, coming in via text at 33986. Are you trying to not be bored? Pick up a board game from Haster Games. They have board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. 6831 South State and online at HasterGames.com.
An Egg McMuffin for $7.29.
That doesn't sound right.
Where is
this? This was in Connecticut. Nearly $5.69 for a side of hash browns. Somebody in the chat room says, my usual at McDonald's, I'd pay $13 to $14. It's now up to $22.
What is that order? That doesn't sound right.
I think it is. And the CEO is saying, look, we're going to get our prices back in under control.
But food prices are higher. So.
Corporate greed.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Our beloved Poonam has died of cervical cancer. Well, kidding. Indian actor Poonam Pandey is facing backlash after faking her own death, in which she says was an effort to raise awareness for cervical cancer. 3 days ago, a statement was posted to Pandey's Instagram announcing her death. This morning is a tough one for us. Deeply saddened to inform you that we have lost our beloved Poonam to cervical cancer, the post said. But a day later, a video featuring the dead actor appeared on her Instagram. I'm alive, she said in the video. I didn't die because of cervical cancer. Unfortunately, I cannot say that about those hundreds and thousands of women who have lost their lives because of cervical cancer. She went on to say that cervical cancer is preventable through HPV vaccination and early detection tests. But the message was far from well received, as Pandey's comment section was soon filled with cynicism. I'm happy she is alive, but please arrest her for this drama and publicity stunt, said one person. Another person commented, this is very disrespectful to those who have actually lost their loved ones due to cervical cancer. It's a terrible way to make your point. Pandey said, I am sorry to those who I have hurt. My intention to shock everyone into conversation that we're not talking about this enough. Yes, I faked my death. Extreme, I know. But suddenly we're all talking about cervical cancer, aren't we? Boner candidate number 3. Our beloved Poonam has died. No. Kidding. Not the way to do it, Poonam.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Which foot is the shoe on now, huh? Yeah, it's on the other foot, isn't it? This is Representative Mark Green having to eat his own words. An editorial that he had written about impeachment was quoted to him without it said, do you agree with it? No, I don't. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, it's something that he wrote, and he didn't even recognize it. Boner candidate number 2, I did a double take for a minute there. I thought you were Elvis. Donald Trump. People are saying I look just like Elvis Presley.
Nobody's saying
that. No one is saying that.
Everybody.
No.
And boner candidate number 3, our beloved Poonam has died. Kidding.
All right. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text and text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, February 6, 2024. Click and vote. Or if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You got 3.5 minutes to get your vote in. This is Boner of the Day.
I'm just still, again, I'm surprised at that 1-1.
Yeah.
Because the baby goat was egregious, and it was a cute goat.
It pulls at the heartstrings, but number 1 he's a monster.
Goats are adorable. I like watching videos of the little baby goats in pajamas jumping around. Yeah. But don't look at their eyes too closely.
They go crosswise.
They got creepy eyes.
That's why people think they're satanic.
Yes.
I was walking through my neighborhood once. Oh, this has been several years ago now, and for some reason, somebody had 2 baby goats in their front yard, and we stopped and kind of played with them. And what they liked to do the most was butt you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
they with their heads. They were all into that. And I mean, these were just little, by the size of a dog.
Oh yeah,
little baby goats. They were cute as hell. But would you knock it off? Jeez.
Oh, they don't stop at all. Me and my wife were visiting her parents in Vernal recently, and they had some friends who recently had baby goats, which are just kids, right?
Well, and that's what they call them.
Yeah, they were doing the same thing. They were they didn't go above my knee, but they just kept running into my shin. They were nipping on every little edge of my clothes, and they're adorable as hell, though.
Now, I've never been around fainting goats, but a salesperson who used to work with us, Pam, had fainting goats.
She had some.
And she lives up in the Park City area, and I never got to see them. But, they actually, when if you make a noise or come at them, they faint.
Or say a swear.
Maybe if you use...
Oh, that's different. That's a pearl clutching goat. That's a different one. Yeah. That's mostly the legislature.
The outrage goat.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think that's just so interesting that they've... And I guess it's a response of they like playing dead. Well, you won't you won't do anything to me if I play dead.
Oh, so they're not actually fainting. They're
Well, they are kind of.
They're feigning the fainting.
Well, no. They actually do kind of black out. I think.
Go to YouTube and look up fainting goats.
They're-
And you'll see what we're talking
It's
about.
very odd.
I'll spend the rest of the show doing this.
And then,
And I don't think they get very big, do they? Aren't they
I
just
don't think
little?
so. I think they're small.
Yeah.
They're a smaller breed of goat.
But goats, they do have creepy eyes.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
It's the eyes.
And they can be pretty nasty too. Pretty mean.
Oh, they can be mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at a best of fainting goats compilation.
Oh, it's
Of
wonderful,
course,
isn't it?
mashup.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat room just put a GIF of one in there now.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a big goat scaring a small herd of the little goats.
Oh.
And the little goats, most of them just drop.
Oh, I
That's so
see. I
funny.
see. It's the little brother tactic where you lay down on the ground and you're like, you won't hit me if I'm here.
Boom. They do. They just drop. Boom. It's quite amusing.
Evil eyes, though.
And I think Pam said it's really not nice to.
No.
You can make them do it, but you shouldn't.
Julie says their muscles seize up.
Mm.
So
That
I
one
guess they
does-
get so scared they just go.
That one looks pretty stiff when he falls
Yeah,
down.
their legs are stiff and their back is arched. Like they can't move, obviously. But
Pearl clutching goats are part of Nanny Nation.
Ah, there
Nanny
you go.
goats.
I got
You
it.
see.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, Texter.
That's good.
.47. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by a pepper, beef, and celery stir fry.
And Gracie's open daily for lunch and dinner, now serving brunch Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays till 3 p.m. Watch the 49ers battle the Chiefs in the big game on television Sunday, February 11th at Gracie's. You must be 21 or older to enter.
Boner candidates number 2 and 3 split the vote. They got combined. Let's see, they got more than boner candidate number 1 combined.
Oh,
but the winner was boner candidate number 1, which is which foot is the shoe on now? Oh, it's on the other one, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
That's 113 votes. Number 2 got 65. Number 3 got 61.
Well, you get too many good candidates. That'll happen. There you go. That's your Boner of the Day for today. February 6, 2024, now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
Can I sponsor X96 Radio from Hell Classic here? The State Room presents Bringing You Music Memories. Tom Petty fans don't miss Wildflowers, a great Tom Petty tribute band, this Friday, February 9th at the State Room. Tickets and showtimes are available at thestateroompresents.com.
Well, because our phone system is all screwed up, normally we would be doing probably some Hello, Yeah, What, or an X-Poll or something, but we found all of these dusty old CDs that have recordings of things we used to do on the Radio from Hell show.
Mm-hmm.
And what have we got now?
Well, Carrie had me pick, and I picked up a CD that has a bunch of X96 files on it. So this is like the X Files.
So,
but
it's
it was
a parody
it's
of
a
the
parody of the X Files.
I see. X Files was a TV show a long time ago.
And this one just said it was Barbie. Barbie's top of mind right now. I have zero memory of this.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is a good one or not. I'm
could
just
be-
going on Barbie.
It could be terrible. It could be offensive.
It could be.
I know it'll be too long.
Yeah. And it took way too much work to do at the time.
Exactly.
Okay.
And people think we need to vote on these, but no, we're just going to go through them.
What do you mean vote on them?
Like
which
request
one?
Which one we
ones?
wanted? Or,
Yeah. Anyway, so let me.
Why don't you stroll over to the other side of the studio?
The CD player's all the way over there.
Someday somebody will invent some technology that,
A button.
Remote start.
A button of some kind. There are things which our government would prefer you not to know. Cattle mutilations, alien abduction, satanic summoning, cheap gasoline, and the actual whereabouts of Elvis may seem like subjects more suited to the tabloid headlines than the daily routine of FBI agents, but this is not the case. The truth is out there, and I, Special Agent Fox Moldy, with the help of my skeptical partner, Agent Dana Sculler, MD, will find it, whether the fat cats in Washington want us to or not. What you're about to hear are the actual fictitious accounts of the X96 Files.
Okay, now you've taken me to a lot of places to investigate the paranormal, Moldy, but a toy store? Are you nuts?
Nuts? Is that one of your medical, psychological, technical terms?
What could you possibly investigate in a toy store?
Oh, just voodoo.
Voodoo? You mean the black magic of the Caribbean, best known with the use of dolls to control the minds and bodies of others?
Yes.
Here, on aisle 6 of the local Toys R Us.
Look around you, Dana. What do you see?
I see pink. Lots of pink. You know, it is the Barbie aisle.
I see dolls. Voodoo dolls used to control the minds of our children.
Barbie is plotting to take over our planet. Okay, this I gotta hear.
Don't you see it, Dana? By coaxing our youth into believing that this Barbie creature is a role model, the evil voodoo priests running the toy industry are able to control the women of our society.
And exactly what form of destruction will these toy industry voodoo priests use to control society?
Barbie's breasts.
Really? Barbie's breasts?
Yep.
So what's so odd about Barbie's breasts? I mean, of course, other than the fact that she doesn't have any nipples.
Well, they're huge, reinforcing the stereotype that big-breasted women are more desirable than those with smaller breasts.
So, Einstein, you've made the startling revelation that men are running the toy industry.
Not just men, Dana. Evil, voodoo priest, plastic surgeons.
And I suppose these big breasts serve a dual purpose, allowing them to control the minds of young men as well, right?
No, they have G.I. Joe to do that.
Oh, okay, now I see what that whole kung fu grip thing was all about.
No. By teaching young men that violence is cool and that the military is our friend, they assure themselves of always having a mindless volunteer zombie army ready to go.
Jeez, Fox, there's no conspiracy here. There's no voodoo. Just society doing its usual bang-up job on screwing up the raising of our youth. Let's go. I wanted to stop by the game aisle and pick up a Ouija board on our way out.
A Ouija board? Well, you're flirting with me now, right?
Ooh, yeah, Fox. I want you to whisk me back to the hotel and play strip Ouija with me.
Really?
No, Fox. Kidding. Just kidding.
You know, Dana, the truth is out there, and we are going to find it.
I'm going home!
I think she's a little pissed.
You know, there's a reason, Gina, that you have no memory of that. I just heard it and I have no memory of it.
But I'll say this about it. Kind of prophetic.
Well, Greta Gerwig was listening to the show one day.
I think it was an inspiration.
I don't even remember what it's about now.
Oh, and a little offensive. It was a little.
It was a little, yeah.
How was it? How so?
Just
saying the word nipples?
Yeah.
That's offensive?
Just talking about Barbie's boobs is...
Well, that's the point, was the whole point of the sketch.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You know...
I'm just hoping the phones get fixed.
Back then, we weren't the first to talk about Barbie's boobs.
And I didn't realize my voice had changed so much over the years.
That's all the cigarettes.
We slightly altered it.
Just a little. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that sketch at all.
All you people who were saying, "Oh, yeah, I remember the show used to be this and used to be that."
That's what it was.
All right, I'm sorry. It used to suck. All right.
I mean, some of the ones we played when Gina was gone, I thought were pretty funny. That was just kind of like
that one. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay.
The other the Space Elders we played with Qui-Gon Jinn, that was pretty good.
I think if the phones continue to be broken, we'll explore some more stuff. Maybe there are gems there.
Well, I just hope that people start a letter writing campaign to get the phones fixed.
Is this why we're doing it?
Yeah.
Please stop.
Please stop.
Make them stop playing those
Make
bits.
them stop.
They're terrible.
I wish we could find the scripts and we would just redo them.
Oh.
No, because it's not just the scripts. It's all Carrie's work with the sound effects and the music and the...
I'd make him do it again.
And the Foley stuff.
And see, that one was easy. There was none of that in there. All I had to do was some store sound effects and keep the music flowing.
But it still took you time.
But yeah.
Well, we spend a lot of time writing these. And there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you don't know, Gina, because you're out of here at 10:05.
How would I know? I'm not here. Crash northbound I-15 milepost 289 Bangor Highway, left shoulder affected there. Crash northbound I-15 Pleasant Grove Boulevard off-ramp in Utah County, left lane closed. Crash southbound I-15 10th North in Salt Lake. Let me check our message stream. Nothing happening there, but if you see something, you can say something and text us 33986. Become a nurse in just 32 months at Nightingale College, blending online classes with on-ground supervised field experience. Virtual college, actual nursing. Start your nursing journey at nightingale.edu. Now accepting enrollment for spring semester.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. Oh, good heavens. I got too much stuff over here.
What's going on?
All my stuff.
Oh.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back. JD is here with Tech Talk coming up after these messages. And then we got Beat Gina on the way as well. We got some stuff to give away there. Haster Games. All right. Let's see. Yes, Haster Games. There it is. 6831 South State Street. Always a good time to pick up a fun new board game or the latest Dungeons & Dragons set from Haster Games. They have the latest and greatest Magic, Pokemon, Dungeons & Dragons board games to keep you and yours entertained in the comfort of your home, because with the storm coming in, you're just going to want to hang out at home.
Yeah.
Haster Games is at 6831 South State Street. They've been there for a very long time, doing this better than anyone else. This weekend, pre-release event for Murders at Karlov Manor, the newest set from Magic the Gathering. So drop by Haster Games this Friday, February 2nd, and Saturday, February 3rd, to get your hands on the new cards. Get them early, play games with other members of the community, meet some people, win some fantastic prizes. Stop by the shop or visit HasterGames.com to get registered early and save some money. I just go down to the shop, honestly, and say hi to them. Haster has it, 6831 South State Street, or go to HasterGames.com.
Can I just get some...
Speaking of live,
yes,
I'm going to a concert tonight in Los Angeles.
Okay.
I feel weird about this. I was talking to Carrie
Really?
about this off the air. Yes.
Why is that?
Because I have this job
Yes.
in radio.
Yeah.
Katie might understand what I'm talking about.
I might too if you'll tell me.
So we were on vacation last week and we were out of town, and my daughter Jonesy was upset because her very favorite artist was in town here last weekend. His name is Rule.
Okay. R-U-L-E?
R-U-E-L.
R-U-E-L.
And
Okay.
he's kind of like a Harry Styles, you know. He's a cute 20-something boy. I don't know anything about him. I don't know his music. I don't know. And she and her friends are nuts for him.
Yeah.
And she was all upset that we were going on vacation when he was coming here to Salt Lake.
And so you'll kowtow to a teenage girl being upset that she's missing a concert and pay a lot of money to go to Los Angeles.
My daughter has never asked for tickets to any concert. She's never expressed any interest in going to anything except for this. And I'm like, okay, if he's playing somewhere, this will be like your birthday present or whatever. If he's playing somewhere close and it's a weekend, I don't have to take off work.
See, close to me would be like Provo.
Well, I said, we'll go. And I looked, and he's playing in L.A. tonight.
Now, you said, I feel weird about this being in radio. Why?
But I don't know anything about this guy.
Gina, I'm in radio, and there are lots of things I don't know about in music.
But I don't know if his show here sold out, but I know it did very well.
I'm sure. That's the way music is these days. My kid listens to a lot of music and a lot of stuff I've never, and they'll play it for me, and I'll go, oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
So, they sold out the Complex the other night, and I'd never even heard of them. So,
but
that's the way music is today.
I mean, typical, middle-aged mom. It makes sense to say, oh, my kid likes this artist. I don't know. I should know this.
No, it's also why radio is irrelevant.
Well, that's what Carrie and I
That was the discussion we had.
See, radio is irrelevant anymore when it comes to the music industry.
Yeah.
That's not what... People don't listen to this show because of music. Well, those alternative classics.
But we have to play a song.
At least a song an hour. Well, I for one, am glad we're doing that. It gives me breathing room.
So, see, he's fine. He's a cute boy.
Yeah, he's fine. A little too precious for me, but okay.
He's the only poster she has in her room. Like,
wow.
I just...
Better be careful. There might be some dirty words in there.
but I'm doing the other thing that I also thought I would never do, which is I bought myself a ticket, and I'm going to stand in the back and let.
Okay.
I'm not going to be like up there in the middle of it.
Why
it's
would
not
you?
my thing.
No.
But I never thought I would be that person that's standing in the back.
I would, if I went so far as to do what you're doing, I'd say, I'm dropping you off at the venue. I'll be over here at the lounge. When the show's over, I'll come and get you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'll report back whether it's. I'm feeling like a normal mom.
And Gina, being in this business, you could have gone to Todd Newcomb, our program director, and said, Todd, my daughter really likes this artist.
Yeah.
And Todd would say, oh, I know the record company. I could probably get you tickets.
Well, I don't like asking.
Then don't bitch when you don't get it.
I'm not bitching.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96 Radio from Hell.
I'll ask every time. Because you know why?
Why?
I deserve it.
Yeah, like Mike and Clinton did. He's requesting Senior Poopy Pants.
Do we have Senior Poopy
We
Pants
should
somewhere?
find Senior Poopy Pants.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
And Clinton.
Calling for Senior Poopy Pants.
It's offensive on many levels.
Should we not?
I don't know. I don't even know if we have it.
Oh.
I'd have to look through
Okay.
this pile of dusty CDs. Anyway, is this a sponsored feature?
Yeah, the State Room Presents, bringing music memories. Now we heard from some people saying that this show is sold out, the Tom Petty Wildflowers tribute show. That may be. So, but just you can see all the shows they have at the State Room by going to thestateroompresents.com.
Well, then there may be some extra tickets.
Yeah, so they hold some back sometimes.
Sometimes they do. So go ahead and check. All right.
Well, look who's here.
I made it.
It's Jonathan Deasing.
Barely.
JD, we call him, for a little bit of tech talk. He's a host of a podcast called The 3-Bit Gamer Show, and he's one of the hosts of the...
Yes, sir.
There are a couple of other chuckleheads.
Yes, as many chuckleheads as we can get.
Yeah. And Jonathan is here to tell us what's going on the internet.
Yeah, so we've got it's a pretty surprisingly decent month for games. However, I'm gonna contradict myself right off the bat and start with one. This is kind of the big one out this month that you guys might have been hearing about. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Suicide Squad's in the public psyche a lot.
Yeah.
And this one kind of fits. It's the same. This one's kind of cool, and it tells a familiar Suicide Squad story wherein the Justice League's gone nuts, gone berserk for whatever reason. I don't know if it's like a virus or a brain thing, or maybe they're just crazy, or someone's controlling their minds. But Superman, Batman, not Wonder Woman, she's cool. The Flash, Green Lantern, all these dudes have gone bad.
Okay.
And as you can imagine, not great for humans. And so they put together the Suicide Squad, and you're going to go out and kill the Justice League.
So do you get to pick who you play?
Yeah.
It?
So
Okay.
it's kind of it's a 4-person cooperative shooter. And so you can team up with people, otherwise the other 3 characters will just be controlled by AI. And you team up and you do these missions where you're going through Metropolis and just trying to, I don't know, take down the Justice League.
Oh, yay. I've always wanted to play as Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
But you don't love this.
So here's the issue with this, is that it's a great story. The setup's fun.
Visuals are great.
The gameplay is supposedly really good. Like, it's fun. It's a fun game. But what happened is that the studio that made this, they made the Batman Arkham games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City.
Those are great games.
People love these.
Yeah.
Those are all single-player games.
Yes.
They're buy them, play them. You don't have to plug into the internet to play them.
Exactly.
The mandate came down on high for the executives at this studio, WB, who said, you need to make this a live service game. It's not enough that people pay $70 out the gate. We want them to pay $10 here for the King's Shark gun, and we want to pay $20 for this cool Harley Quinn skin. And that's
it's all about the money.
And so what they've done is they've stretched the content out of the game to make it more worth it. So the game probably is like a 15-hour game, but they've stretched it into like 30 or 40 to justify this live service kind of feel. So the missions are repetitive. So you have a really good mission, you're like, that was so fun. And then you do another mission, you're like, this is the same mission. You just reskinned it. So there's a chance that this could turn it around. Obviously, it's a live service game. They're going to be updating it for ideally years to come. So if you're interested in this, if it sounds fun, just wait. Just let it cook.
Yeah.
It may come out. Don't spend $70 on this, whatever you do. Wait for it. It will go on sale. I assure you that. It'll be $30 by this Christmas.
See, this is why we have Jonathan on.
Yeah.
He's good.
So don't buy it. It's
Save
on
you
everything.
some money.
It's on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. But just wait on this one. I know it looks cool, and it is cool. Just give it a minute. They'll put in some new missions. They'll put in some new characters, and it'll be cheaper. But another one that's actually cool, and this is one I'm really looking forward to because it's an indie. I always love indie titles. It's called Clem. Capital C-L, lowercase e, capital M. It's a nightmare Googling this, by the way.
Puzzle game.
Clemson fans have really taken over the Google results. So you get nothing. And if you type in Clem game, well, you're going to get the Clemson game.
Yep.
So anyway, this is called Clem. I guess don't bother Googling it. This is the studio that there was an occult puzzle game called Strange Horticulture you may have heard about. It's an adventure puzzle game. It was kind of an indie darling last year. Everyone really liked this one. So they made a new one. It's kind of in a different vein. You're exploring this mysterious house It's a point-and-click adventure. It's a cutesy, creepy world, so you're going to feel very Tim Burton-y vibes from this. You can hear it, the music. It's kind of spooky, but this is slow. You know, it's a point-and-click game. This is like the old games in the 80s and 90s where you go and you're like, I'm going to, you know, shine my flashlight over here. What's this? And then you discover it. You do some puzzles. Oh, I still am missing this piece. I'll go back. So this is on PC and the Nintendo Switch. It's called Clem. This is just a fun, cute one.
Okay.
No one's exploding in this one.
Okay.
This next one, people are exploding a lot, though.
Yes.
Helldivers 2. This, if you are familiar with with Helldivers, this game came out in 2015. It was like a top-down shooter, and the idea is it's set in it feels very Starship Troopers.
Okay.
Down to the comic.
It does look like it.
Yeah, it feels kind of like where they're just like joking about the value of human life throughout and how little value it has. You're fighting to defend Super Earth. I guess that's what we call Earth now.
Super Earth.
We just call it Super Earth. Nothing is fundamentally different other than we're being beset on all sides. There's like cyborgs and bugs and all sorts of other aliens that are attacking us. And so in this war, the idea is that you send a squad of up to 4 people and you're fighting. And this has moved the perspective from top down to a third-person shooter. But it retains the same idea, which is you're a foot soldier. You're a grunt. You are cannon fodder. And the best part about this is that, like, you have 20 lives or whatever when you start each level, because they expect you to just die, and all your group, your little squad is going to die. You can call. There's no friendly fire, so you can accidentally shoot your friend in the back of the head.
Oh my God!
And he's going to die. Yeah. And then you can call in airstrikes, and they'll blow you up accidentally if you call them in wrong.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you want to play just like a Madness Starship Troopers style game, this is out Thursday.
That's exactly what this is Starship Troopers.
Yeah, it feels really very much like a Starship Troopers kind of game. It's out on Thursday on PlayStation and PC. I do think this one may actually also be one you might want to wait. Just wait a month on to see, because the reviews aren't out yet. The previews were pretty positive. But if you liked the first one, I would say don't wait. Get Helldivers 2, because this is going to be awesome.
All right.
2 dumb internet things. Very dumb.
I can't figure this. Am I supposed to do anything with that?
You just watch it.
Oh,
and you're rooting for it.
I'm clicking all over this.
Click it.
What's this one?
This is called, I don't know, it's called Splits.
Okay.
I guess. The link is on x96.com. But it's like, it reminded me of like a screensaver in the 90s, or like when you'd watch the little DVD box on like the screensaver and just root for it to hit the corner. Same idea. There's these little balls and they bounce, and there's a 50% chance they're either gonna create another ball or they'll fall down.
And that's it. That's all.
I got up to 3,900 just staring at this last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and it's interesting because at that point you're like, and it can get up to like, so there's like 100 balls on the screen, and you're like, they're never gonna go down, and then they go down to like 2 again, and you're like, I ended up doing this for like 5-10 minutes. Like, what am I doing? Like you said,
you really need to get a job.
I need to click. Exactly. Exactly.
You need to get a
It's
job.
like, why am I doing this? This is my job now.
It's pretty colors.
And then the other one?
You guys thought that was dumb. You're gonna hate this one. I don't even know why they made this. This is a random finger placement generator. You select how many fingers you have to hold up, and then you just hit shuffle, and it shows you a random way to hold your hands.
Because we're used to doing 3 like this.
Yeah, and you want to do it like
you can do it some other
like
way.
in Glorious Bastards when they're like, "Oh, you held your 3 the wrong way."
I can't even do that.
3.
I've actually seen a lot of people do that.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
1,024 combinations apparently that you can have of fingers, and this site will show you all of them.
Okay, this is also 3.
Yeah, that's how I say 3. That's how I do it.
Oh, this hurts. 4. 4 is painful.
But there's only one way you can do 10.
Yes, I guess.
Well, let's see.
I went to 10. They show that's
the only way to do 10.
Boring.
That's all you can
Boring.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Wow,
Both those links are available on x96.
There's a little thing up in the corner. If you click on it, it says more weird tools.
Oh.
There's all kinds of odd things there.
Weird games. And, boy, that'll waste some time.
That's my job.
At the job you don't have.
3-Bit Gamer Show, wherever game or podcasts are found.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for bringing these.
All those links are at x96.com.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, John. All right, traffic, Gina, please. please.
We've got debris. I don't know what it is. Northbound I-15, 41st South. 3 right lanes are closed, so it sounds like a lot of debris. Avoid that area. Crash southbound US 89, Gordon Avenue in Layton. The right lane closed. Heard from several friends of the program that are stuck in that one. Crash northbound I-15, Bangor Highway. The left shoulder affected there. And what are you seeing on the roads? Infiniteam, assemble and text me what you're seeing, 33986. Are there any closet Swifties out there? Check out Laser Taylor Swift, now playing every Friday and Saturday in the Hanson Dome Theater at Clark Planetarium. Visit clarkplanetarium.org for showtimes.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back after some messages and a song with Beat Gina. It's an easy game to play and win. All you have to do is answer some pop culture trivia, and you'll win what? What's
Oliver
the prize?
Tree tickets.
Oliver Tree. People want to go to this show. Get your Oliver Tree tickets at 877-602-9696. All you have to do is play Beat Gina. 877-602-9696. Harmon's for Valentine's Day.
Everything you need is at Harmon's Grocery. You can go online, at harmonsgrocery.com. See all these flowers, and I believe you can order these bouquets and things online.
Oh, but I want to go into the store.
Yes.
Harmon's usually has a really great Valentine's display.
Yeah, they have a whole section.
Where they have all of the V's chocolate and true fruit and the flowers and orchids there. And they have them in all price ranges, by the way.
Don't forget the red velvet cheese ball, only available this time of year. At Harmon's for Valentine's Day. Strawberries, limited time only to ensure freshness for Valentine's Day. Heart-shaped strawberry tray available starting Saturday the 10th. And the chocolate-dipped strawberries.
My favorite.
Starting on Monday, February 12th. So they're just there for a couple of days.
Delicious.
So go to Harmon's for everything Valentine-related. Harmon's can help you out. Show your love by getting your beloved something special for Valentine's Day from Harmon's. Go to harmonsgrocery.com for more.
X96.
I'm trying to get to the Donut Critic is what I'm trying to get
Ben,
to. Is this
Benjamin.
sponsored?
By the Donut Critic.
Benjamin. Yes, hi. Hi, how are you, Benjamin?
Great. I'm barely standing as well. Like, Carrie, I can feel you for working the whole weekend. So,
Where are you, Benjamin? Why aren't you in our studio with treats?
I am barely able to stand, actually, because I had the Sugar High Festival this last weekend, and it was crazy. I'm on, like, my sugar crash. I had a Sugar High, and now I'm on the crash right now.
I see. So tell us about was it a very successful sugar festival, the Sugar High Festival?
Oh, my gosh. It blew our expectations out of water. We had almost 4,000 people, 70 dessert vendors, and we crowned a crowd favorite, which was Sol Agave.
Oh.
Again, have you guys been to Sol Agave?
No. Tell us about it.
Yeah, where is it? Tell us, yeah.
So it's in American Fork. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's actually a small chain from California, but they make this hot butter cake that is to die for. I should bring it in next time. You really
I want
will
hot
just
butter
die
cake.
Okay.
Okay. So
I don't want to die, though.
No, I'm not dying. I'm just on the sugar crash at this point.
Oh, I looked up a picture of the butter cake. That looks amazing.
Yes, it is really amazing. But we had guest appearances from Mrs. America, Utah. She had a crumble cookies dress. It was so over the top. And when she was thinking of what to do for her talent or her costume, she was like, I have to do sugar because it's Utah.
Well, of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, this I don't understand. What Pete Tidwell did what?
Okay, so have you seen Is It Cake from Netflix?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so he did that whole experience for us at Sugar High, where he did 3 podiums and then made one cake, and then the rest of them, were real life foods. So he decided to do grocery items, and so there were a thing of yams, a thing of peaches, and he made a lettuce cake. And he fooled about 50% of the people.
So it was a cake that looked like
a head of lettuce?
Yeah, so he made it out of wafer paper. You should go to his Instagram handle is The Mighty Baker, and he's showing some of the behind the scenes, and he's showing kind of like what it's made out of. It's really cool.
And are there pictures available of the Sugar High, of this whole thing?
Yep, so if you go to sugar.high.events, you can look in our stories, and we're going to have a bunch of recap posts over the next few days. And so It's not for another year, so, get in early. We're going to start releasing tickets and dates and everything in the next little bit. So, if they follow along on sugar.high.events on Instagram, then they can get that info. So.
All right. And now, it says here, it is the season for apple cider donuts. What makes an apple cider donut?
Well, apple and cider. No, basically, this season, I always get these questions because people have been out on the East Coast and they think, okay, where am I going to get that apple cider donut? There's a lot more orchards on that side or in the Pacific Northwest. We don't have as many, and so people are saying, where can I get something similar?
Well, what is it?
It's a donut that's made out of apple cider and cinnamon, and it's just like pumpkin. So think about that pumpkin feeling and how all of a sudden everything that we eat and drink is made out of pumpkin. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the similar thing that goes on here. People get that vibe. They want to get in their leggings and hoodies or sweatshirts, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's fall.
Here's where, yes.
Okay.
But there are a few places in Utah that you want to hit for those apple cider donuts, and because not all of them are equal. So.
All right. Where do you want to go?
So I have four places. Let's count down from number 4, and then we'll talk about my top one really briefly. So number 4 is Wall Brothers in Orem and Spanish Fork. Have you ever heard of this place?
No.
Ever been there?
No.
So same thing, tied to an orchard, and they have a bunch of other like treats and other things. They have kind of like plants and other things going on. It's just a really fun place, and they cook them up fresh. So those are really good. A similar one in that vein is called Burgess Orchards, and they are in Alpine. They same thing. You can go and kind of just enjoy the fall, see their orchard, and more or less get a good experience there.
Mm-hmm.
And then for number 2, we have Roley's Red Barn. Now this one is an experience. So some of these you actually need to go into fall festivals and really enjoy it and then get those.
It's apple picking season. I've passed it on the highway, Santaquin. Yeah.
Yep. So it's that barn on the right-hand side, but they also have a location in St. George. But yeah, it's fun. You go get your pumpkins, you go on all the different rides, and then you get some treats.
Okay, tell us about the Crossy Ranch quickly.
Okay, so Crossy Ranch is in North Salt Lake, and these are the best. These are the ones that everyone that comes in from other states and they try these, they're like, okay, this feels like home, this tastes like home. Mm-hmm. These apple cider donuts are simply the best, but you do have to go into the fall festival. I'm trying to convince them to just sell them to the public like a drive-through outside of their orchard.
They should.
But yes, they should, because honestly, these are the best, and if you've ever tried them, you would know that they're the best.
And so how are their apples?
I'll bring in. They don't do apples. They do just like more. They do like a lot of cattle, and then they do a lot of the animals as well. So they do baby animals in the spring, and then just like a fall festival.
Bill, there's more to fall festivals than apples.
Not in my world. It's apples, and I'm anti-pumpkin spice, by the way. And pumpkin spice.
Well, that's why
everything.
I was going to do an apple or a pumpkin spice, but I was like, it's pretty controversial, so I didn't know if I should do pumpkin or an apple cinnamon.
Well, I'm glad you did apples. It's Benjamin Lee, the Donut Critic. You can find all of your stuff where, Ben?
DonutCritic.com or Donut Critic on Instagram.
All right. Talk to you soon. We want that butter cake. We want it.
Yes.
Okay. I'll bring it in next time.
Okay. Get that butter cake.
All right.
Stick. Spell it with me now. S-T-I-C-K. And now we'll use it in some dialogue between our two Utah friends, Elder LeGrand Ardun Jr. and his wayward friend LeVar. The boys have gone to a local building supply store for plumbing fixtures. Let's listen as a conversation ensues. Again, the word is stick.
I think you're going to need a few different things to fix up your problem, LeVar. Just a tube of caulk ain't going to do the trick.
Well, I'll take your best advice on this job, LeGrand. I mean, that toilet's got to where it's leaking so bad, just putting towels around the base ain't holding back the flow no more. I mean, it worked for a couple of months, but this morning I was ankle deep in water, clear out to the kitchen. What do I need to buy here?
Well, first off, you're going to need a wax seal, and then you're going to need to replace that float ball thingy. And then caulking around the base should finish you up.
Well, I guess they should have all that stuff here to Chris and Dick.
Should have. Them two guys know how to stock hardware.
Oh, you know them?
Oh, yeah, sure. They're around here all the time. Oh, look. There's one of them now.
Well, who is it? It's Chris?
No, Stick.
The guy with the beard, Stick?
No, the guy in the Oshkosh overhaul, Stick.
Well, close to you, close to me. It's time for another Beat Gina. I'm well-fed game show announcer Johnny Ola, here to tell you the modern way to old-fashioned good eating is broadcast brand corned beef hash.
Broadcast brand?
The perfect way to serve youngsters a hot meal for lunch, even on your busiest days. Just heat up a can of broadcast corned beef hash in just 4 minutes. Top it with rich red catsup and let them enjoy lean, tender corned beef the way children like it best. Dad will go for it as the main course for dinner. Thrifty and so good, they'll think it's homemade. And try these other broadcast favorites too. Broadcast ready meat, broadcast chili con carne, and new home-style broadcast beef stew.
Wow.
And now, let's broadcast it everywhere. Here's a man who loves his hash, Kerry Jackson.
Broadcast brand, huh?
Broadcast brand.
Ready meat sounds scary.
Ready meat. It's R-E-D-I.
Ah,
R-E-D-I-MEAT. What is that, you ask?
That is not suspicious at all.
No.
All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant, Gina. You'll be playing against, is it Marcello or Marcello?
Marcello.
Marcello is here to play. All right, yep.
Good morning, Marcello.
There's those beeps. I guess
Good
the
morning,
phones
guys.
aren't fixed. All right, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game, Marcello. Heads or tails, call it.
Heads.
All right. Actual coin, heads, wins.
Oh, Marcello, you're one step closer to winning these tickets to see Oliver Tree February 7th at the Great Salt Air.
All right. The first question is yours, and it's multiple choice. You get to answer it exclusively. 4 answers. You decide which one is the correct answer. You get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to steal your point away with a correct answer. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. All right. First questions are Pulp Fiction trivia. A couple of Pulp Fiction trivia. Here we go. First question. What brand of cigarettes does Butch smoke? What brand of cigarettes does Butch smoke? Is it 1, Snarlamint, plasma-tipped cigarettes for monsters? 2, Marlboro Reds? 3, Bandage cigarettes, the broke smoke? Or 4, Red Apple?
Let's go with number 2.
Marlboro Reds? You'd think that, but no.
Red Apple?
Red Apple is correct, yes.
It's 1 for Gina.
Gotta remember to cross those out.
And Gina controls the question.
I just let that be.
Yes. Gina.
Yes.
I'm going to turn the phone down while we answer.
Not your fart.
No, not your fault.
It's not your fart, Marcello.
Your fart?
Hang on. Okay, let's just move on. Olivia Newton-John trivia.
I'm all there.
Okay. What happened to her while filming the dance sequence suddenly in the movie Xanadu? Is it 1, she learned all the constellations? Was it 2, she discovered that her co-star Michael Beck was actually a Muppet? Is it 3, she realized that this is the movie that's going to kill Gene Kelly?
Oh,
Or is it 4, she broke her tailbone?
Because she could have broken her tailbone roller skating, but I bet she learned the constellation.
No, sorry. Here's a chance to get back into the game, Marcelo.
Okay. Let's see. What were the questions again?
Well, the other answers? She discovered that her co-star Michael Beck was actually a Muppet. She realized that this is the movie that will kill Gene Kelly. Or 4, broke her tailbone.
Let's go for the broken tailbone.
Broken tailbone.
There you go. Let's go for that. The broken tailbone.
Oh, the process of elimination worked for you there.
It's 1-1. Marcelo controls the question.
All right, Marcelo. Another Olivia Newton-John trivia question. Before photo shoots, what did she insist on doing? Was it 1, her own makeup? Was it 2, coordinating the snacks and catering? 3, pray to the Egyptian moon god Khonshu? Or 4, 3 sets of 12 squat thrusts?
Oh, it's either here B. I'm gonna go for B.
Coordinating her snacks and catering? Is she such a...
Well.
I don't think so, no.
Gina's chance to steal
Yeah,
here.
Gina.
She did her own makeup.
She did her own makeup.
Oh.
While doing squat thrust,
Yeah,
which is quite
probably.
Yes.
All right, it's 2-1. Gina, you have 2 points. You control the question. This could put the cap on it.
Okay.
Gina?
Yes.
Ben Affleck trivia.
Okay.
In college, Ben Affleck majored in what? Is it 1, Middle Eastern affairs? Is it 2, the history of the Comic Sans font? Is it 3, animal husbandry? Or 4, can I put a fork in that?
He really Middle Eastern affairs?
And there you go. 3 points for Gina. She wins the game. I'm terribly sorry, Marcelo.
Oh.
Oh, you know what, Marcelo? I apologize. I don't think he could concentrate because of the beeping. I don't think this is his fault that he didn't beat me.
I can't concentrate because of the beeping.
So even though I beat you, I'm going to go ahead and give you these Oliver Tree tickets anyway.
All right, Marcelo?
Thank you for that.
Hang on the line.
Hang
and
on,
we'll,
Marcelo.
Tell you what to do.
Listen, I got to go crack open a can of broadcast brand corned beef hash because I'm an announcer who loves his hash.
I saw the ad for it. Put your favorite catsup. Catsup.
Catsup.
Catsup.
Or eggs on top. Or hash at its best.
Yes.
Sounds horrible.
All right.
Why?
I
love corned beef.
Not a hash lover, are you?
I'm suspicious of the meat.
Big boy news now, brought to you by
Knives. NAFS wants to put their pocket knives in your pocket. Visit their store in Clearfield where they offer knife sharpening and engraving, or visit them at nafs.com/X96 and see products you can use the code X96 for 20% off. That's KNAFS.com/X96.
The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers will play for the Lombardi Trophy.
Yes.
On Sunday in the latest version of the NFL title game. The Super Bowl is unique from all other North American sports in that it doesn't use a year to signify its championship game, but instead it uses numbers. But to make it even more confusing, instead of using a numeral digit, the NFL uses Roman numerals to number the Super Bowl, which likely confuses viewers seeing the logo, since it's a system rarely used in today's world. I remember when I was in elementary school, I think it was, for some reason we learned Roman numerals. We had to learn them. And I don't know why we had to.
It's because football's important, Bill.
Gina, this was before there was a Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember what practical.
It was just something to teach you. I don't know.
See, maybe there was some. Anyway,
I think it just kept us busy.
And I used to kind of like it, and I knew how to do them, but I've pretty much lost the skill. But to avoid confusion, here's a quick guide to Roman numerals and the Super Bowl. Why does the NFL use Roman numerals? The confusing number choice goes back to the very first one. The idea came from the late Chiefs owner Lamar Hunt, who also came up with the name Super Bowl. According to the NFL, Roman numerals were used to avoid confusion that could happen since the championship win is recognized the year the season started and not the year in which it ended. For example, the winner of this year's Super Bowl will be recognized as the champions of the 2023 NFL season, not the 2024 champions. The league says that the Super Bowl term was first officially used with Super Bowl III, and Roman numerals were first used not until Super Bowl V. The league later added Super Bowl and Roman numerals to the first 4 editions. Went back and did it. This one's 58, right? 58. It seems difficult. I mean, it's difficult to think that it's been 58 games played in this series.
Texter says that on Super Bowl 50, they actually used the number 50.
I don't know.
That's I take their word for it because I don't remember.
So 50 is LV. No, I think they used.
Oh,
I think they.
I don't know.
Would you look, Gina, please?
I'll
look. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is sounding alarm bells about a spate of new class action lawsuits filed recently against the church and its investment firm over tithing. Similar federal complaints filed in Utah, Illinois, Tennessee, Washington, and California aim to recover donations made by former Latter-day Saints in light of allegations that the church fraudulently used tithing funds to finance City Creek Center, a luxury mall in downtown Salt Lake. The latest of these suits surfaced Monday in U.S. District Court in California, seeking a refund of $40,000 on behalf of an elderly couple living in San Diego near Oakland. The church and its investment arm, Salt Lake City-based Ensign Peak Advisors, now face a reckoning in a multitude of jurisdictions, said attorneys for Gene and Michelle Judson. The couple's case, their lawyers added, seeks to hold high-ranking church leaders and Ensign Peak officials accountable for their misconduct and hubris.
Hubris.
Yes, pride.
Mm-hmm.
Like the others, this lawsuit, pride and even more than that, it's arrogance.
And they're both sins, I believe, aren't they?
Pride and arrogance.
Okay.
Like the others, the suit alleges the church leaders, including then-President Gordon B. Hinckley, misled members with statements from the pulpit and in the news that tithing was being used only for specific religious purposes, while $1.4 billion was transferred from Ensign Peak investment accounts and spent on City Creek. There were also legal moves afoot, at least as last month, to consolidate these separate class action suits into one nationwide suit against the church, either in Utah or in California. Intense forest fires burning around a densely populated area of central Chile have caused at least 46 people to die. Chile's president said Saturday. And officials said at least 1,100 homes had been destroyed. In a nationally televised address, President Gabriel Boric warned that the death toll could have worsened as 4 large fires burn in the region of Valparaiso, where firefighters have struggled to reach the most threatened neighborhoods. President Boric urged Chileans to cooperate with rescue workers. If you are told to evacuate, don't hesitate to do it, he said. The fires are advancing fast, and climatic conditions have made it difficult to control the fires. There are high temperatures, strong winds, and low humidity. Interior Minister Carolina Toja said that 92 forest fires were burning in the center and south of the country, where temperatures have been unusually high this week. On Monday, Aaron Mendenhall, the mayor of Salt Lake, and Chief Mike Brown announced overall crime in the city reached a historic 15-year low last year.
Wow.
And overall crime dropped 11% in 2023. The chief says that includes a 10% drop in violent crimes, although the number of homicides remain unchanged, and a 12% reduction in property crime. And finally, this. There it is. Veterinarians in Maryland performed surgery on a rat snake.
A rat snake?
To remove a gear shift knob that the serpent had mistakenly swallowed.
Oh, I thought they could swallow like deer and stuff. No?
Well, yeah, but they can digest those.
Yeah.
You can't let them try to digest a gear shift knob. The Second Chance Wildlife Center in Gaithersburg said that the snake was brought in with an unknown foreign object in its stomach. This is common in rat snakes, as golf balls and decoy eggs are often mistaken for fresh chicken eggs.
Oh.
How do you put a little IV in a snake to put him to sleep?
In this case, the object had been trapped in the snake's stomach for so long there was a hole worn through the snake's skin.
Wow.
Or a little tiny mask over the snake's face to put him. I have questions. I'm glad our veterinarian will be here tomorrow. I'm going to ask him how you do snake.
You know
surgery.
what he'll say?
What?
I don't know.
He might know. He's a vet. I don't know.
He'll say, I don't know.
You want to
we'll
bet?
see. We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow.
Super Bowl 50.
Okay.
They did get rid of the Roman numerals. It would have been Super Bowl L, which is kind of weird.
L.
Yeah.
And they thought they wanted to make the 50 prominent.
And LV was 55.
Yeah, because LV.
Yeah.
This is 58. Yeah, so it's LV.
Now next year.
I.
Next year it's going to be LIX.
Super Bowl Licks.
Super Bowl Licks.
Oh, they'll.
You think they'll change it?
Oh no, they'll do that.
Yeah, they'll keep that.
And they'll call it Super Bowl Licks. The Jazz are home tonight to the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's at 7 o'clock. And in your college basketball, BYU, the polls, they've moved up one spot to number 21. Let's see, Utah State dropped 5 spots in Monday's poll after losing on the road to San Diego. And the women's poll, the Utes stayed steady at number 20. That's your sports.
Oh.
Weather. Warm today, high of 53. It's actually kind of just cloudy, not raining right now. 80% chance later today, but it'll probably just be mostly cloudy today. Things change as the week goes on. 80% chance of rain tomorrow, and then it gets cold enough Wednesday night into Thursday that rain could change over to snow, and we have that pattern sticking with us through the first part of the weekend. Traffic, we have a crash. Eastbound 21st South, this is in Weber County. The right lane is closed there. Crash northbound I-15, 146 South in Salt Lake, milepost 288, right shoulder affected. Debris, still don't know what the debris is, but it's enough that it's closed 3 lanes of traffic northbound I-15, 41st South in Salt Lake. And what are you seeing on the roads? You can text us, 33986. Experience the magic and enchantment of Cat and Cauldron, your premier destination for all things occult and metaphysical in Taylorsville. catandcauldron.com.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Coming up,
yes,
we say goodbye to a beloved member of this group, our staff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after these. And Boner recap game coming up as well. Stand by.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is
Pill. P-I-L-L, pill. And variants of the word too, pilling, pilled, pillar. And now the mayor of Mona, Utah, the Honorable Don Criddle, and his son Denver, be listening for the word pill and its variations.
Son, when are you going to learn? Being the son of the mayor of Mona, Utah, comes with certain responsibilities. You cannot just be going off half-cocked all the time, Denver. The Criddle name is still strong and respected, no matter what shenanigans you and your hoodlum friends are doing.
What do you mean, shenanigans, Daddy? Is that a French word or something?
What I mean is the tomfoolery that you and your chums have been engaged in down to the church parking lot. Now, we Criddles are considered pillars of the community. We can't be associated with the ruckus that you boys have been committing.
I ain't sure what tomfoolin' ruckus you're referring to, Daddy. What did we do?
When I say ruckus and church parking lot, what does that suggest to you, son? I'll tell you what it suggests. You and your hoodlum chums that you and your mother and I have warned you to stay away from was creating a bunch of noise and such down to the ward parking lot late at night. There's neighbors around that ward house, Denver. And when you when you and them ne'er-do-wells you run with, them boys from up to Payson, start burning rubber in the parking lot at 2 a.m., well, folks are going to complain.
Oh, I know, Daddy. I'm sorry. It don't look good for the mayor's son, me, Denver Criddle, to be doing that kind of thing, does it? I'm really sorry.
Well, I know that you know better, son. So why was you with them boys pilling out in the parking lot?
I just got carried away, Daddy. Phil and Paul come down from Pathan in Paul's new muscle car, and Phil said, "You want to see Paul's car burn rubber? You can really make it peel out." If we hadn't been drinking Mountain Dew, I would have said no, but, well, like I said, I got carried away.
I understand, son. Nothing makes you feel more manly than a high-performance engine and the smell of burning rubber.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great appeal to pilling out, especially when you're young. I remember when I was 30.
Thank you, Daddy. And what about Mom? Is she going to be mad?
Well, maybe. But don't you worry, son. I'll just tell her to take a chill pill.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Well, it's with a heavy heart that we say goodbye to a trusted and valued employee of the Radio from Hell show.
Well, thank you.
It's goodbye, but not forever.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Like maybe for a couple days.
It's our intern Dawson, and Dawson has been. This is the second. Dawson re-upped. This is his second.
I tried.
His second tour of his second tour of duty. He was an intern some years ago, and then he came back and has been an intern again for how many years now?
Between both of it, like 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Enough experience to hopefully do something else one day.
Well, I have some exit interview questions for you, Dawson.
All right.
Now, first of all, what do you think the most important thing you've learned working here? What's the most important thing, or what thing do you love about that you've worked here?
What I really love is the editing. Honestly, as geeky as that sounds, I can read every one of your voices almost in the wavelengths.
Really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, at this point, I can kind of read the audio. One of the most important things, I think, was to kind of forgive myself. I had a tough time with the first time I left.
Why? What was different?
Because you're a doofus, that's why.
Yes, I was a doofus. I was a young 20-year-old whippersnapper, and wasn't making choices for myself. I thought I was, but
I mean, you weren't horrible as an intern then.
Well, thank you.
But you were kind of a doofus.
Yeah. That's a kind way to put it.
But you've matured.
I would like to think so.
Yeah. Here's his second interview question. Did I ever ask you to get me a cup of coffee? And if I had asked you, would you have reported me to HR?
Well, you did.
I did?
When I rode to the road home at the Chevy dealer.
Oh, I did.
Yep.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
so did you report me to HR for it?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay. Should you?
Well, would you get me a cup of coffee?
No, God.
Well, then I might.
No, you're an intern. Get an intern a cup of coffee.
Okay.
What will you miss the most about being here?
The experience, being able to show you off to the listeners. I think the most fun part about being in production is elevating someone else.
I would have thought you said playing with the dog.
That I will miss Fax a lot.
You'll miss
I
playing
really
with
will.
the dog.
He is
All
a great dog.
Okay, just about to the end of the interview here, the exit interview. See, this is the fourth question. Chuck Berry's song "My Ding-a-Ling," yes or no?
Yes.
Oh,
I listened to it this morning and I was singing to it.
And finally, this question. This is the question we ask all.
There's one more.
Oh, do you? This is Little
Smokies or Little Polskas?
Oh, yeah.
Smokies, Smokies,
Smokies,
yeah.
Smokies.
The sauce on them, it's better.
That's the key.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, that was a tough one.
And then finally, you see that door right there? Don't let it hit you in the ass when you leave.
That's my favorite part.
All right. and while you're out there, get me a cup of coffee.
Would you?
No.
Oh, good. Didn't that feel good to tell him no?
It did.
Right. Thanks, Dawson.
Thank you, Dawson.
Thank you so
you
much.
really were. You really have been a valued employee, but you'll be around as a sort of a utility player.
Yeah.
Picking up slack where it's needed.
Yeah, there's lots of slack.
No, we'll still see you around.
As a matter of fact, will you pick up some slack out there?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I like this.
Good.
Good.
My family will be proud of me.
Very good.
Standing up for yourself, Dawson.
I know.
Thank you.
It all starts here.
Doofus.
Now, when you're back next week, you can't say no.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, okay.
This is a freebies.
You're becoming a utility player now. You're being called in when needed.
You can't elevate others when you say no.
That's true. All right. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Dawson.
Yeah.
Okay. And he'll be stepping in to help out while I'm gone.
Probably he'll step in fairly often,
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
Because I've got more vacations planned.
God knows.
Carrie's next week.
Yeah.
Do you want my list, Carrie?
Well,
Or do you want to
how
save
long
it?
is the list?
Well, let's see. It's
Because we've got like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
here.
that's enough time.
Is that enough time for the list?
Yeah.
It's yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Tell us what the list is.
It's 16 big mistakes people going on a cruise make.
Number 1, going on a cruise.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Is Carrie going on a cruise?
Because I do whatever my little nieces beg me to do.
What should you know?
Uncle Carrie, Uncle Carrie.
Number 1, it's easy to lose track of time zones when you're on a cruise.
We're in one time zone, so it will not be a problem.
Okay. Number 2, booking a surprise cabin is a gamble.
Yes.
Well, apparently the booking thing, you were telling us about this.
We are bidding. It's a silent auction kind of a thing for better quarters.
This is stupid.
And they're not telling you what the top bid is, so you know how to outbid. You just make a bid.
This is crazy. You
That's
should
dumb.
be able to purchase whatever room you
Yeah.
want to purchase. And how much does that room cost?
Because there's a room right on top of the boat that I wanted.
Yeah. If I'm going to do this,
Yeah,
I
we were
wanna be...
we were outbid on that one. So now the rooms below that, I think, are what we're bidding
It's a
on.
ridiculous way to
Why
do
did
it.
they do that?
I don't know.
Because they can make more money somehow.
Probably.
Overpacking. The rooms
Overpack.
are small. You don't have room for a lot of stuff. Be very careful with how you pack.
Our room is not that small
Oh, okay.
so far. Anyway.
Not researching the cruise line. There are ones that are better than others.
You had no choice in the matter, did you?
No. No, this was picked by my nieces.
Yeah. How old are they?
10 and 8.
Well, that'll be great, I'm sure.
You don't want your things to end up on the table of shame.
What's that?
Table of shame.
So
What is that?
So similar to air travel, your luggage undergoes a security check before being brought on
Okay.
board. Prohibited items
Are?
such as travel steamers, extension cords,
You can't take your steamer. How are you going to get your crease in your pants?
Exactly.
heating pads.
And for your lumbago.
I guess they'll go through your bags, and your stuff will end up on the table of shame.
Table of shame. Okay.
They actually go, look at this stuff that people tried to bring on board.
Now this says don't try to drink any alcohol you buy from a port city on the boat. On most cruise lines, passengers can't buy liquor on the island and bring it back to the boat for consumption. Alcohol purchases are supposed to be
I think
available for pickup after you disembark.
I think we read that we're allowed to bring one bottle. For
One bottle.
consumption.
Okay.
So,
But they mostly want you to buy their...
Yeah.
well, and the ticket that we have bought is all inclusive,
All-inclusive.
so I can drink as much as I want, and I'm going to try to bankrupt the cruise line.
You should. Underestimating the sun. So, Carrie, this is important. You usually hang out in the shade anyway.
Yes, I'm part vampire, so.
But they say the sun is stronger when you're out in the middle of the ocean, so you're even...
Oh, because it reflects off the water.
Yeah, even more Flying in on the day of the cruise is a rookie mistake.
We are not.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Why is that a rookie
Just
mistake?
because you need extra time. Just give yourself in time to embark.
Okay.
Because you embark and you disembark. Going to the pool without a plan may leave you seatless.
Without a plan.
I have a plan.
I don't want to be seatless.
You need to get up early and find a
To
spot.
get a seat.
Or
Yeah.
because you might not get a spot.
Oh. Well, you're just making me really look forward to this.
This sounds great.
Make sure you review your final bill.
Oh.
Swiping your room card as payment method can feel like free money, but it adds up quickly. After a week of freely providing your cabin number, it's the same thing as giving out your credit card every time you go. Make sure you check your bill.
So food and drink will be included.
Yes.
What? So I guess what
I'm
else
sure
would
they
you
have
buy?
stores and stuff.
Like,
Oh, yeah, there's stores and gambling and all that stupid stuff.
Let's see. Whatever you do, make sure you have your passport. Of course, you would have that. That's the last one. So there you go, Carrie. Just some tips.
Well, it was
for
very
your- for
practical.
your
According
cruise.
to Sue, we're bidding on a better room. Our room now that we have for sure has a deck.
So that's the least you're going to get is a
Yeah.
deck. You
And
could get better.
We have not been outbid on the Sky Suite, apparently.
Oh, and that's the really good one?
Well, it's the,
Oh.
like the second
Okay.
better one.
Sky Suite sounds
It has
good.
it has a receiving area.
I want all the amenities.
Anemones.
Do they have rooms with kitchens?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Okay. Traffic, Gina.
Oh, we got a report on that debris that was northbound I-15, 41st South. Friend of the program says the debris, a giant pile of rocks and dirt. I saw a bunch of workers scooping up piles as I passed. So thank you, Infiniteam. That's what you're there for, is to let us know what you're seeing out there on the roads. We appreciate it. We also have crash northbound I-15 milepost 285 in Lehigh, and a crash northbound I-15 146 South milepost 288 in Salt Lake. Salt Lake Magazine calls Swan Lake breathtaking, featuring the timeless music of Tchaikovsky, performed live with Ballet West Orchestra February 9th through the 17th. Buy tickets at balletwest.org.
All right. Oh, actually, Sue says the Sky Suite is the best room. There's only 2 of them, and we haven't been outbid. So we may
you
get
might
it.
get the Sky
We may
room.
get it. Okay, I'll let you know. All right, coming up, got some messages and a song, and then it's the Boner Recap game. Pretty easy to play, because if you were listening, you know the answer to the question, who won the boner? If you weren't listening, you can go online, x96.com, and look right there. It says winner of the boner right there. Mm-hmm. And what is the prize we're playing for?
The prize is Silver Sun pickup tickets.
Ooh, that'd be a good show.
Yeah.
877-602-9696 is the number to call to play the Boner Recap game to win those Silver Sun pickup tickets. BigOTires.com.
Make an appointment at Big O Tires. You can do that online, which is really good. So if you know that you're going to have to, maybe you want them to do the oil change and wheel alignment and all of that stuff for your car, make the appointment online, and then you're set. It's BigOTires.com.
Yeah. I mean, they're already so quick. I mean, I went down there expecting to spend a half an hour, and I was out of there in 15 minutes.
Now, they're having a sale right now. Big O Tires, they carry all the brands of tires, pretty much anything you would want, and they guarantee lower prices every day. But right now, $160 in rebate savings on selected sets of Michelin tires. That's now through February 19th.
And don't worry if financing, if you're concerned about that. They have multiple financing options. It's going to suit any situation.
Big O Tires has over 50 locally owned and operated locations in Utah. I go to the one on 2nd East and South Temple, and they treat me great. I always like it. Go to BigOTires.com. They are the team you trust. Even though...
Donut critic.
Donut critic. Well, there's an imposter in the studio. He claims to be the donut critic, but he's brought hamburgers. It's Ben. Good morning.
I promised you burgers.
Yes, you did.
And so I brought you burgers.
And tell us about these hamburgers that you brought us.
Well, I mean, the fact that I can get them at 7 a.m. is pretty cool.
It is.
Is that normal, or did they do a special thing?
They did a special, but I mean, if you really wanted to get one, you could. It's at Dolly's Donuts, and this is on 3200 South and State Street.
Dolly's Donuts. See,
And-
again, we have the donut critic with burgers, and we have Dolly's Donuts with
burgers. But I feel like their focus is definitely like the bar and grill portion, and the donuts are just like that added cherry on top.
So it's Dolly's Donuts and more.
Yes, exactly.
Now, what is it that you love about this burger?
So this is an elevated Big Mac, and this is trending right now. I was in Miami a few weeks ago, and everything I could eat burger-wise was an elevated Big Mac. There weren't a lot of other options. And so I came here, and that's what they served me at Dolly's, and I was like, okay, this is something. And so I started looking at other places, and they're doing that same thing.
Wonder why.
Reiterating on like a classic, I guess. But
And what makes it an elevated Big Mac?
well, so this is a smashed patty. So it's the higher quality meats. You can really taste it in that. The bun is really soft, and it's, that classic sesame seed. And then the sauce, that's the Big Mac sauce, is a little bit different than what you get at like an In-N-Out sauce, like or a Thousand Island. So it's that unique flavor profile. So
Now, this fry sauce, there's something unique about it. I don't know what it is, but
I will be honest.
Really good.
I don't know what is in there, but I do like when people iterate on that. They do barbecue or Worcestershire sauce in there. So
And the fries, I love a shoestring fry, and they have they're seasoned fries. They're not just plain.
It's garlic and Parmesan.
Yep, there's garlic, Parmesan, Cajun seasoning, and regular. So
I got truffle over here.
Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. I didn't know they put that one in there. You sure did get a truffle.
Truffle fry.
I love a truffle fry.
Now,
It's all good.
These are just great. Where is Dolly's?
So it's on 3200 South and State. It's right by Century 16, so like that perfect stop right before you go to a movie. And the reason why I brought it in is it cracked my top 10. So
Your top 10 list of burger places
in Utah. Yep. So I've been going through and eating burger places the last probably 2 months, and this one cracked the top 10.
All right.
And I think it's got a really awesome future in Salt Lake City. They've been open for about a year. They've had some new chef blood come in, so it's going to be really good. I tasted a few donuts last week, and honestly, it was amazing. I thought, okay, this is going to really be something special. So.
All right. Well, let's talk about. So now this is your list. These are the by your rating.
Yes, and there are a couple of caveats because I know people get really passionate about their burgers.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm going to give my top 10, and I'm going to get messages galore of, like, you forgot this person, or, like, this is the best place.
And by messages, you mean on your social medias where you post these. And I'm sure if people want to comment on them, you like it when they...
Yeah, so I have a list. There's a little brochure tab on Instagram. So if you hit there, I have all my top 10 or top 20 lists up there. So.
Okay.
But top 10, I tried Patty Shack in Taylorsville. Have you ever tried that?
No. Never heard of it.
So it's a newer place. I think it's been open about 3 months, but it is so fresh and delicious. It's almost what I think Five Guys used to be probably in the very beginning. Like big, meaty patties and fresh toppings. The only thing missing there, I thought, was like a really good sauce, like a signature sauce.
Okay.
But,
By the way, are these in any particular order?
yeah, this is that was
number 10.
Yeah, that was number 10.
Okay.
Dolly's Donuts. I would say, like I said,
number 9.
Yep. White Horse.
right over here.
Yeah.
They have a really delicious burger.
They do. Yes, they do.
Backdoor in Provo. So it's a bakery and burger place.
Can you go in the front at all? Or?
Yeah, it kind of seems like you're going to backdoor. They have axe throwing and stuff like that, but it's right off of Center Street. It's
okay.
But they do some really interesting flavor profiles. So. And they've been open, I think, about 2 years. They opened in the pandemic, so not a lot of people knew about them. It wasn't this grand opening. So
cool.
Okay.
And then I got Loco Burger, which is like a Mexican-style burger. So it's on 17th South and State Street.
Nice.
It's got a lot of cool stuff, too, like a Mexican-style, and they got ham, which puts the ham in hamburger, they said.
We put the ham in ham.
I love that idea.
But I think it's really delicious, and they have, like, roasted chilies and stuff like that.
Okay.
Roy Burger Bar.
Yeah, that's been there forever.
Classic.
Yes.
And I feel like the bun is just super unique. A lot of people have messaged and they don't like it because it tastes a little bit doughy or yeasty, but I think that that's what brings the unique flavor.
And Burger Bar does like meat of the month.
Yeah. They'll
And
do a
it's
unique
like
meat.
alligator.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Boar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next is Rich's Burger. This is just downtown. I had an amazing burger, and they have so many options. So I need to go back and do more. A lot of people say the guacamole burger is best. I did like a blue cheese one and a mushroom Swiss, and it was delicious. Okay, Chom Burger. So for people down in Utah County, they have really elevated burgers. It's Provo and American Fork. And next, I have Lucky 13, which is a classic.
It's my favorite.
And I think the most consistent, most unique to Utah that I feel like you can get anywhere, I think is Crown Burger. I'm sorry. I know it's not the elevated burger, and I know people complain that it's not this like high end. It's that consistent, classic pastrami burger.
It is what it is. And, and if you
it's delicious.
Every time I have a surgery, that's when I go.
Bill has lots of surgeries.
I need to have a Crown Burger after I've had surgery.
If people want to see your list or comment, where do they go?
You go to Donut Critic on Instagram, and it's that little profile button.
And then it says up-and-coming burger places, Drip Burger. Where's that?
That's in Provo, and it's so cheesy and drips. It's like there's just so many toppings that are just dripping off of it. So
All right. Go to Instagram, look for the Donut Critic. He does burgers and donuts and other foods as well, cookies and stuff.
all that stuff.
Everything.
And thanks for feeding us.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much.
are many people who think that's a Nirvana original.
Nope. You know who knows it? Kathy in Springville. She's like, that's a David Bowie song in Springville.
She knows it's Bowie.
Yeah.
Good for her in Springville.
We passed up on the stair. We spoke of was and when, although I wasn't there. He said I was his friend.
Now, what did you think because you love Bowie so much, when you heard that remake?
I heard the remake. I thought that's an interesting take on it.
You thought it was okay?
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad. And then it became a pretty big hit for him.
Yeah.
I was just hoping that more people would say, that's a Bowie song.
Yeah,
and then they'd go and check out Bowie. And
people didn't really make a big deal out of that.
No, I wanted them to mention it more often so that they'd check out more Bowie.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's time for the Boner Recap game.
And do we have somebody there to play it?
Jenny is here.
Jenny, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Murray.
Jenny and Murray, what can Jenny win if she can recap or tell me who the Boner winner was?
Yes.
Jenny, you could win tickets to see Silver Sun Pickups. They're coming to the Union on February 20th.
That'll be pretty cool, huh, Jenny?
Mm-hmm.
All right, did you hear the Boner candidates earlier?
I listen every day.
Oh, okay.
Good
Thank
girl,
you. Thanks
Jenny.
for doing
Thank you,
that.
Jenny.
I'm going to read the candidates. You tell me which one was the winner. Boner candidate number 1. Which foot is the shoe on now, huh? Oh, yeah, it's on the other foot, isn't it? This is the story of Representative Mark Green, who was made to eat his own words during a House hearing on Republican baseless bid to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Representative Joe Neguse brought up an op-ed titled "Americans Are the Victims of the Impeachment Inquiry." And Neguse asked Representative Green, what do you think about that? Do you agree with that? Well, I do. I think that, says, well, that's interesting because, that you said it. You wrote that.
Those are your words.
5 years ago. It's fascinating to me that you've changed your tune. Boner candidate number 2. I did a double take for a minute there. I thought you were Elvis. Donald.
Oh, there it is.
There's the picture, x96.com/live. That's the picture that Donald Trump posted and said, for many years people have been saying that Elvis and I look alike. Now this picture's been going all over the place. No, it hasn't. What do you think?
And no one has said that you look like Elvis.
And he's vain without anything to back it up.
Yeah.
And Boner candidate number 3, our beloved Poonam has died of cervical cancer. Kidding. An Indian actor, her name is Poonam Pandey. She said on her Instagram that was posted, she's died of cervical cancer. Then the next day, he says, no, I didn't really die. I just wanted to bring attention.
I died?
Yeah. All right, Jenny, which one was the winner?
As much as I wanted number 1, or meaning number 2, it was number 1.
It was number 1. You're right. Jenny, you're going to go see Silver Sun Pickups. Congratulations.
It'll be a good show, I think.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Hang on the line.
I got this text from Todd Newcomb.
Yes.
He says, looks like there's an accident in Centerville, southbound I-15. My app is saying a 12-minute delay backed up into Farmington. Thank you. Todd is part of the Infinity.
He's a traffic hipster.
Thank you, Todd. I don't know if that means he'll be late for our meeting later, but
I'm tired.
We'll see.
I stayed up too late last night.
What were you doing?
Well, I was about to go to bed, and I was just to turn off the TV, and I looked at. I said, "Oh, there's a Tom Waits video on YouTube. I'll watch that." And so I watched it, and it turned out it was a whole series of appearances Tom Waits had made on the David Letterman show over the years.
You went down a hole?
Apparently, he was a guest many times, which I didn't know. And Dave Letterman liked to have him on, sit in the chair and talk to him because Tom Waits is surprisingly very funny and really clever.
And has a few stories, I imagine.
Yeah, and also an odd perspective on things.
Yes.
And then he would get up and perform a song, and I just kept watching and watching and watching.
And that's what happens.
And I stayed up too late.
Now, can I ask you a question? Were you in bed looking at your phone?
No.
Okay.
I was on watching the television. No, if I'd been in bed, I would have just fallen asleep
Yeah.
and my phone would have dropped to the floor.
Because this is why I don't look at my phone in bed.
No, I don't either.
You can have every intention to go to bed.
There he is. I love this song.
Piano has been drinking. The piano has been drinking. And the menus are all freezing. And the light man's blind in one eye. And they can't see out of the other. And a piano tune has got a hearing aid. And it showed up.
I think Tom's been drinking too.
We're going to get kicked off of YouTube.
I love it when he plays the piano just kind of poorly in sections there. And the point of the song is he's just been fired from his club job. And he's saying, no, I haven't been drinking. The piano's been drinking. And the end of the song, it's so poignant. He says, because the piano has been drinking, not me.
Oh.
Not me. Not me. I almost cry every time I hear it.
I love the names of some of these songs. The Ghosts of Saturday Night After Hours at Napoleon's Pizza House. Tom Trobert's Blues, Four Sheets to the Wind in Copenhagen.
4 sheets to the wind. I didn't know you could get 4 sheets to the wind.
Bad Liver and a Broken Heart in Lowell.
They all kind of have the same theme, don't they?
Is Pasties in a G string on that record? That's a great song.
I'd have to go down the Tom Waits hole.
Is that Swordfish Trombone?
All right, so we will take a break. We will be back with your news after these. Stand by.
There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy.
That's Kyle Brown, longtime participant on the Radio from Hell show, longtime friend of the program. Knew him from the time he was a skater kid in high school. He was on our show for many years. We had kind of a falling out over a couple of things, but we heard that Kyle had taken ill and had taken very seriously ill with ALS, which is a fatal condition. And we got back in touch with Kyle and wanted to have him on. And he can't talk very well anymore, so he's been writing us letters. And here's the latest installment of a letter from Kyle Brown. I used to paraglide. That is the thing similar to hang gliding, but with a system similar to a parachute. Basically,
I remember when he used to do this.
Yeah, he, as a matter of fact, he would go from Farmington Peak. He would go off the top of Farmington Peak and paraglide and just float around and eventually land in his own backyard, which I thought was... Anyway, the thing is similar to hang gliding, but with a system similar to parachute. Basically, you run off of a mountainside as the chute inflates, and eventually your feet leave the ground and you're flying. And who doesn't want to fly? I mean, come on. Okay, I admit it's not for everyone, and ironically, I'm afraid of heights, but I love paragliding. When people found out that I was a paraglider, they would often ask, do you have a death wish? Oh, to the contrary, I do not. I had the opposite. It was scary, but also incredible, partly because it was so scary. It's like a haunted house or a roller coaster. We do it for a rush. But the haunted house and the roller coaster, they're just like a beer. Paragliding's like meth, so it's way better. 4 people die from amusement park rides every year. 3 people die from paragliding, so I was fine. And just so you know, 95,000 Americans die from alcohol-related causes and 15,500 from meth. So I guess I'm saying you should paraglide and do meth? Actually, both are safer than ALS, since almost 25,000 people will die from ALS this year. Well, that went off the rails a bit, didn't it? He writes. In other news, the Iron Man documentary about me was nominated for a Sports Emmy.
That's cool.
Although it's a long shot up against Super Bowl specials and a college basketball show, let's just give it to the dying guy playing the hard sport. We have a saying in triathlon, you know. If football was hard, they'd call it triathlon.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be funny if I had an Emmy? I have so many talented friends and family in the theater. I was picked on by all the jocks at Viewmont High School, and dumb old me ends up with an Emmy. Yep, the stupid skater boy gets the sports Emmy. It would be my incredibly funny finale to life. I think it'd be hilarious and fitting. Iron Man wants to fly me to the awards ceremony in New York on May 22nd. I said I'd go, if I'm still alive. My daughter graduates on May 24th. Our cat is having kittens in about 2 weeks. I don't have time for this death crap.
Yeah.
Listeners, make good use of your time, because most of you have some. Well, maybe you don't have some. You might get hit by a car later today. So be careful. Love you all. Cheers, Kyle. Look over there.
You have an Emmy, don't you, Bill?
I do. Somebody was asking where to start with Tom Waits. Album number 4, Small Change. Start there. That's his 4th album, and I was just looking at he's an actor too. Mm-hmm. He's been in like 40 movies.
Oh yeah, including Mystery Men.
Yeah.
A smoking superhero of some kind?
No, he's the guy who invented all the gadgets for the superheroes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He's just an amazing person, and his the persona that you see of Tom Waits when he's performing or talking on that's all that's a persona he's created. They say when he's not in the public eye, he's kind of a pretty normal, normal guy.
All right, time for a brief news.
Okay,
brought to you by.
Waterproof your home with Baseco, because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Baseco specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue, from sump pumps all the way to major repairs to cracked and settling foundations. Each solution is backed by a guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
A DACA recipient living in Utah who was stuck in Mexico for 6 months is finally home. Melanie Heiner was greeted by a crowd of cheers and hugs when she landed in Salt Lake on Saturday. Once I got my stamp, I walked out and I saw everyone there, and I just couldn't help but cry, she said. It's like our house feels alive. Home again. There's love, happiness, said her husband, Taylor. It was just so sad before. Since the age of 2, Melanie Heiner has called the United States her home. She grew up in California, attended BYU, met her husband while serving on a mission with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and chased her dreams of becoming a social worker. She had one last step to becoming a U.S. citizen this summer, but a paperwork error landed her back in Zacatecas, Mexico, and at one point she was told it would be 2.5 years for her application to even be considered.
Well, why didn't she just walk across the open border?
It doesn't...
Like I keep hearing. Why didn't she just walk
With
across?
pockets full of fentanyl.
Yeah.
But Heiner said that Representative Burgess Owens' office processed multiple expedites on their behalf. They also saw help from Mitt Romney and Governor Cox. But she said finally they approved her to come back to the United States, and there you go. That's good news for them. Michelle Obama has won a second Grammy Award with an audio book. Former First Lady Michelle Obama got the second Grammy for Best Audio Book Narration and Storytelling Recording category for her inspirational self-help memoir, The Light We Carry, Overcoming in Uncertain Times. Other nominees for the award included actress Meryl Streep, Senator Bernie Sanders, William Shatner, and music producer Rick Rubin.
William Shatner.
Stevie Nicks is coming to Salt Lake in May.
Yay!
She has just recently added the tour date.
She's coming home.
She lived here for quite a while. She went to like East High School or something.
And Judge.
Was it Judge? The Grammy Award-winning performer became a rock icon, of course, as a member of Fleetwood Mac and a solo artist. She last played here at USANA in 2022.
Ooh, baby, ooh.
I remember when David Letterman was obsessed with this video.
Her story about that song is she was in. Some people thought Prince wrote it. Prince didn't write it, but she was listening to a lot of Prince when she wrote that. So that is her Prince song.
A new survey of 6,000 respondents from the UK, France, Spain, Italy, and Germany, and the U.S. has found which European language is considered the most attractive, which is the sexiest accent.
Sexiest.
The poll has named French the sexiest language, but that was in 2017, but it's been displaced by this new research. This survey shows Italian is now rated as the world's most attractive or sexiest language.
Should I learn to speak Italian? Learn it to speak Italian.
I don't think it'd help. The airport in Florence, Italy, speaking of Italian, doesn't have many amenities, or not as many as Italy's significantly larger airports in Rome, Milan, and Venice. There aren't any Hermes stores. You can't pick up a Rolex before you board, and your dining options are limited to 3 unremarkable restaurants in the Florence airport. But the primarily regional airport is about to undergo a massive multi-year makeover that will give it a new arrivals and departures area, a reoriented runway, and a working vineyard on the roof.
A working vineyard.
Acclaimed architectural firm Raffaele Vinoli Architect has shared the plans for the airport's transformation, and the rooftop vineyard is definitely the most unexpected feature. According to a press release, the vineyard will include 38 rows of grapevines planted in concrete pots, and it will cover a total area of 19 acres. As of this writing, other details are scarce, but Raffaele Vinoli Architecture has shared that a leading winemaker from the region will be tasked with planting and tending to the vineyard, and the wine that is produced at the airport or on the airport will be aged in cellars located underneath the terminal. It's odd.
No.
Florence is a place where things become permanent landmarks because they have a fundamental sense of internal logic and equality, said Raffaele Vinoli, who died in March of 2023. Because the airport, which is the door to the city, and it's a culture, is so extremely close to the city center, there must be an urbanistic project, not an isolated design exercise. That's nice.
Thank you.
All right. That's it.
Hey, buongiorno, everybody. This is the Bracker, and it's time for learning to talk Italian. Lesson 2.
che qualcosa ake non va agente. Is there a problem, officer?
Cose quel odore? What is that smell?
C'è qualcosa nel bagno. Something is living in my bathroom.
Para via queso diario. Buzz off, garlic breath.
C'è un dottore in casa. Is there a doctor in the house?
Oh, I cervelli del pollo. I have the brain of a chicken.
Justo. Correct.
Oh, mi losci in pace. Leave me alone.
Frocio, frocio, sissy, sissy.
Silencio. Shut up!
Arrivederci. That's Italian for bye-bye.
Apparently, Stevie Nicks had Prince play on that song, and she gave him a writing credit.
Oh.
He plays an instrument on it.
All right. Weather.
So today, not right this minute, it's actually kind of sunny right now, but later today there's a chance of rain and high of 53, so pretty warm today. A better chance of rain tomorrow, 80%, and a little bit cooler, 46. And we gradually cool down enough to where by Thursday, Friday, that rain could switch over to snow.
Thank you.
Yeah, you listen to Radio from Hell in your car.
Frank Christ is in the studio now on his electric scooter. Just park it over there.
Thank you.
Okay, there. Good morning, Frank.
Is this outlet being used?
No, you can plug it in.
This won't screw up the phone.
No, the phones are already screwed up, Frank.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, plug it in. Frank Christ has joined us in the studio, and Frank is the reaper of celebrity souls. And you don't. You didn't have anything to do with the phones, did you?
Oh, no.
He wants to talk to people.
I love playing the game.
The game is called Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine. This is the only thing I have to look forward to.
Sorry. Frank is here. He loves celebrities. He just loves them. And but he is charged with reaping their souls, putting them in the sidecar of his electric scooter, and taking them off to the distribution center.
Yes.
Frank does not kill these people.
No, I'm an escort.
You collect them when they're gone.
Now there's a text question here that says, does Frank play any sort of Deadpool game to pass the time? Well, I'm the keeper of the Deadpool.
Yeah,
game.
you can't play.
No.
You're the master.
Yes.
This is as close as Frank gets to having a good time, right?
Exactly what I'm doing right now.
All right. Frank has given me a list of 4 celebrities. These are all Oscar-winning film directors.
Okay.
And Nick, you're playing on behalf of somebody.
Somebody.
All right,
Yeah.
for Sting tickets. Are you ready to play?
I believe so.
Okay, now remember, Nick, 3 of the directors on this list, they're fine.
They're fine.
They're just fine.
I checked on them on the way over.
But one of them has passed. How are you today, by the way, Nick?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Oh, good.
Okay, good. Here we go, Nick. Directors. Number 1, Thomas Hooper. Thomas Hooper began making short films as a teenager and had his first professional short, Painted Faces, broadcast on Channel 4 in England. In addition to winning an Oscar for The King's Speech, he won 2 Golden Raspberry Awards for Worst Director and Worst Screenplay for the live-action movie of Cats.
It was not good.
Number 1, Thomas Hooper. Number 2, Catherine Ann Bigelow, known for her shifting relationship with Hollywood and its conventional film standards and techniques. Her work both satisfies and transcends the demands of formula, they write. She won an Oscar for directing The Hurt Locker. She directed Zero Dark 30 and a very fine vampire movie, Near Dark. Number 2, Catherine Bigelow. Number 3, Sidney Pollack. Directed more than 20 films and 10 TV shows, acted as well in 30 movies. He did many feature films, but he won an Oscar for directing Out of Africa. Sidney Pollack, number 3. And number 4, Alfonso Cuarón, Mexican film director, known for directing films in a wide variety of genre. He did a romantic drama, Great Expectations, a family drama, A Little Princess, the coming-of-age road film, You Tu Mama Tambien. He won 2 Oscars for Gravity and for Roma. Number 4, Alfonso Cuarón, who is the dead director.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say Bigelow, number 2.
Catherine Bigelow, no.
No, she's fine.
No, she's fine.
She's fine.
But Nick, we give the regular contestants a second chance?
Oh, I'm very familiar.
Okay, we're going to give you a second chance. So listen carefully. Is it Thomas Hooper, Catherine Bigelow, Sidney Pollack, or Alfonso Cuarón?
Was it Pollock?
It was.
Oh, my goodness.
Sidney Pollack died in 2008 at the age of 73. I was going to say he won an Oscar for directing Tootsie, but now I remember he was in Tootsie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he directed it, too.
Did he direct it as well? But he didn't win an Oscar for that,
No.
I don't think. All right, Nick, so congratulations. You have won on behalf of a random listener. And what is the keyword?
How do you spell Pollock?
You're going to make this difficult.
Yeah.
How about Tootsie?
It's not that. Tootsie?
Tootsie?
How about Tootsie?
Tootsie.
You said it enough now, I guess.
Tootsie.
Yeah. How do you spell that, Gina?
Tootsie. Tootsie.
Tootsie. Tootsie. Send that to 33986. Message and data rates may apply, and I'll give somebody a phone call if they won those Sting tickets.
Sting coming Saturday to USANA Amphitheater.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you for playing.
You might have to play Beat Gina.
No, we got to figure out how to fix the phones.
Yeah.
You might have to pretend that you're Dr. Cobb.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be good for business, too.
Sure.
Has anyone seen Sophia Loren?
Oh,
I
international treasure, Sophia Loren.
I didn't know she was still here.
89 today. Well, let me get the interface up.
Can I read the sponsor?
Yes, please do.
Become a nurse in just 32 months at Nightingale College, blending online classes with on-ground supervised field experience. Virtual college, actual nursing. Start your nursing journey at nightingale.edu. Now accepting enrollment for spring semester.
Well, that must mean it's time for Elena Wood to tell us something interesting.
Healthy.
Elena, are you there?
I am. Hello. Hopefully
hello.
both interesting and healthy today.
Tips for healthy grocery shopping. My first tip is wear a mask.
I don't think she means that. I think she means what you're purchasing.
I thought how to protect yourself at the grocery store.
Both are very important, though.
Yes. Give us some tips for healthy grocery shopping.
Yeah. So the first tip is to plan ahead.
Make
Before
a list.
you even, exactly. So plan your meals for the upcoming week, make a list based on that meal plan, and then take it to the store with you before you go shopping.
Now, I used to try to do a week's worth of shopping in one go. Now I've sort of switched over to shopping daily. Kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I just don't like spending that much time at the store.
It sounds like you're spending more time. But...
That's totally fair.
Just get in, get out.
You're probably getting fresher food that way, too.
There is something to that, yes.
Awesome. So the next tip is to eat something before you go shopping. You know, sometimes if we shop on an empty stomach, we just end up buying anything and everything that looks good. And a lot of times that stuff isn't even on our list.
I once ate a whole tube of Pringles by the time I got to the cash register.
Don't do that.
You're probably not alone in that. I think we've all had that bag of chips or drink that we've opened while we're shopping around. So eat a little food before you go. That'll save you from the binge buying.
I know we're talking about healthy food, but you mentioned Pringles, and did you see the new thing is Pringles and whipped cream?
I did see that.
This is going away from what Elena's trying to teach
we're
us.
distracting.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I don't think I want to try it.
I would love that. No. Anyway, sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the next tip is to shop early in the day to help avoid decision fatigue. And this might not work for all of you since early in your day is probably before grocery stores open a lot of times.
They're not open at 3 a.m.
But for other folks who maybe have a more like traditional 9-to-5 schedule, if you go into the grocery store before starting your workday, this can help you to have a little bit less mental and physical fatigue, just because we make about 30,000 decisions every day, and going shopping at the end of the day means we're already exhausted.
We make 30,000 decisions a day? Well, that's entirely too many. I'm going to try and cut that down to 10,000.
You can just wear the same thing every day, eat the same food every day. That will help cut back on that.
Gina does that.
Black T-shirt and jeans every day. It's
Gina
easy.
does anything she can to avoid fatigue.
I love that. Alrighty, the next tip is to pick up your healthiest foods first.
Oh.
So shopping around the perimeter of the grocery store is usually where we're going to find our produce, our lean proteins, our whole grains, and our dairies. So shop around that perimeter first, get your fruits and vegetables, and then you can go into what my old coach used to call the gauntlet, where all the canned and processed foods usually live.
Yeah.
I go right to the laundry detergent first. I don't know what that says about me.
You just like the smell.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
Okay, and the last and final tip is to recognize that it is okay to purchase canned and frozen foods. I know there's a little bit of a stigma sometimes around getting canned or frozen vegetables in particular. And a lot of times these can be really helpful for families to avoid food waste. Sometimes they're less expensive than fresh foods. And a lot of times they might be a better option if somebody has limited time. You know, if you don't have time to cut or steam or whatever it is, your produce, you can get them in a can or frozen, and that might make it a little bit easier for you to prepare them.
The perfect example is peas. Now, frozen peas are just fine, and it saves you. I mean, I hate standing there shelling peas. You know, my parents had a garden, big garden, and come here, you got to shell or snip the beans. You don't want to do that.
I like just eating frozen peas.
Just while they're still frozen.
They're good.
What is wrong with you?
I will
really good.
I will on occasion get some frozen peas and put them in a bowl.
Yeah.
Put a lot of butter on them and stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes and just eat a bowl of peas.
Yeah, that works.
I like them.
That's awesome.
All right. Well,
It's a good treat to have.
It actually is. It's filling, and it's better than eating a stack of Pringles. With
whipped cream,
with
especially.
Ready Whip. Yeah, it's like Ready Whip. They were squirting on them. I just
Not
can't.
for me, thank you.
No.
I'm sorry, Elena. I'm gonna try it. I've
But
got to
follow
try
it up with some peas, and you'll be all right.
Some frozen peas.
Yeah.
I'll just step into the next aisle and
Heck, sweet frozen peas. All right, Elena, where do we find out more about all of this stuff?
So you can learn more about this as well as Nightingale's great programs by visiting nightingale.edu.
Thank you. I'm going to find
Thank
that
you.
Orson.
Have a great day.
That Orson Welles was trying to do that ad for frozen peas.
frozen peas.
Pixley, who wrote this copy? It's just
yelling.
hilarious.
Artie Fufkin texting in. I like to chow down on hoagies while shopping.
That's a whole big.
Get
That's
a
a big
hoagie.
That
thing.
way he's not hungry while he shops.
Yeah.
See? All right, there you go. All right, we will take a break, and we will be back to crawl towards the exits. Coming up after these, stand by. Therapy Transform.
These are really terrific people. They're down in Utah County. Therapy Transformed. I mean, many mental health conditions really can weigh us down. I know it happens to all of us occasionally, and sometimes depression, anxiety, OCD, trauma, grief over the loss of a loved one, perhaps panic attacks, perhaps postpartum depressions, terminal illnesses, faith crisis. I mean, the list goes on and on. But the team of licensed therapists down at Therapy Transformed are committed to holistic, ethical, evidence-based, trauma-informed approaches to treatment. It's their mission to provide a safe, empowering space for individuals. Now, they do virtual or in-person talk therapy sessions for individuals, couples, and trans relationships. They are LGBTQIA plus affirming, and they do also offer ketamine for, talk therapy for really resistant conditions. So learn more at therapytransformed.com.
Hi.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you. These are things that you can't take anymore. You're just tired of them, and you wish that they would leave your life. And so you say, I know what I'll do. I'll be a part of the Must Go segment on Radio from Hell on Wednesday. And if they read mine on the air, maybe it'll make me feel better, and maybe these things will disappear from my life. So send your Must Goes to Radio from Hell at x96.com, and make sure that you put Must Go in the subject line. Gina, do you want to start today?
Yeah, yesterday I brought this up. This is my thing that must go. Using Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train in an ad for Applebee's. It just, no.
Well, I mean, Ozzy had to have agreed.
I know, but he's old. You're taking advantage of an old man.
I think Ozzy likes Applebee's.
But
well,
he likes eating good in the neighborhood.
But it's what it was for, though, is
the Dollarita.
The Dollarita.
Yeah.
Crazy train.
I don't. And because I brought that up, Angela sent in this thing that must go. She said, I heard you bring up that Applebee's is using Crazy Train for their commercial, and I was reminded of the one that's currently driving me nuts. Walmart's commercial using AC/DC's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Wait a minute.
Do these advertising people even check to see what the song is about before they use it?
Apparently not.
It's a song about, murdering people.
Yeah. Paying for murder is what that's about.
That's what that song's about. Let's see. Good morning, Lords. Going to be covert on this one, so just call me low key.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Many must goes. The guy in my office who finishes every damn sentence with, "Can you dig it, sucker?" No.
Whoa.
I can't, and I won't. People in the gym just dorking around on their cell phones, sitting on equipment. Either lift or get the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
Next, teenagers and their gross body odor funk. Take a shower. Deodorant. Please. People who keep their mouths open all the time. Eating, talking, doesn't matter. Close it. You're not a dead fish.
Wow.
The guy at work who sleeps a lot. Wake up, man. Have some coffee. Energy drink. Do your job. This is embarrassing. And lastly, the grandchild who brings their boyfriend or girlfriend over completely drunk, underage, a sad-ass state. Also, grandchild, make better choices.
Wow.
Yeah.
This from Zach. People who don't RSVP for events. My fiance and I have a wedding coming up, and we're still not quite sure our numbers. This affects how much food we need to buy and the seating for the venue. Please, just a yes or no would be great. Macy, our intern, I don't think any of us are coming, but we love you and we wish you well at your wedding.
I think we got you something, but we won't be there.
Also, people who won't return a greeting.
It's a Yeti cooler.
No, it's not.
It's not a Yeti.
It's the Coleman cooler that she registered for.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
the one you wanted, right?
All right. I'll go next. This one says, hello, Lord. Yes, you can use my name. This has been bugging me for a while. Please help me make it go away. Clickbait news articles in my browser with headlines like, Trump made an irreparable mistake in court today, or Trump's party turned on him, not looking good for his campaign, or looks like Trump is finished. Don't tease me with crap like that. Only when he has officially announced that he's out of the election and most likely blaming someone else for his failure, and multiple mainstream media sources explode with that announcement, will I actually believe it. Till then, stop teasing me. My poor heart can't take it. Thanks for letting me listen. Kirk from Orem. This one, things that must go. Why does my concert chair have to be 8 inches or less? Because I might block someone's view.
the one you bring.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But full-sized strollers are allowed, and it blocks the view of people sitting behind them.
Oh.
Yeah. When I grab a fritter from the local grocery store bakery, and it turns out to be a cherry fritter and not the apple fritter I was craving.
Identify your fritters.
Put labels on your donut case. Number 3, a local grocery store chain that has gas stations makes the attendant at their gas station walk out to every vehicle that pulls up to ask them if they want help pumping their gas.
Really?
I've not seen anyone say yes. How awful for the employee to be told no over and over. That should change. They should change it to a sign on the pump that says, call attendant if you want help pumping your gas. And finally, this one, please use my nickname. It's Lang. Here are a few things that Lang sincerely hopes that we can fix for Lang, or that Frank can boop. When using a device's email, if you don't manually change it, it will say, sent from my fill-in device here. Members of Congress at any level with social media or access to it, just take the access away from them and let's see what they can actually do. The fact that my six-figure income can't afford a house for my six-member family. Snakes.
I agree.
And anyone that thinks snakes are amazing creatures. There's a reason they have a nickname of Nope Ropes. Thanks, Lang. Gary.
Let's see, this first one from Eric. I recently moved to California, and now I miss the first 2 hours of the show live. So I listen to the second half live, and then I have to listen to the first half of the podcast. What must go is I miss all the music from farting around. I don't get random, and I get random ads from Ireland for some reason. Please just, sorry. It's just.
I know. I wish there were a way, but
it's a rights thing. Let's see. Davey C. wrote, "Hello, Rado from hell." Davey, this is a driving one, and we don't usually do driving ones, so I'm terribly sorry. But I do agree with you on your must go. Tony writes, holiday makers who woke up early at the resort to claim the best poolside lounge chairs by plopping down their towels before I can get there.
Oh, I do that.
This is selfish behavior and can ruin vacations.
Get up, Tony.
Most people do it.
Early bird gets the chaise lounge.
Sorry. Or do like I do. Rent them ahead of time so that they're reserved. CPAP machine providers and suppliers attempting to add pizzazz in their marketing. No one is going to buy water chambers or air filters right after drinking hurricanes or throwing beads because a promotional email was spiced up for Mardi Gras. People who stole over 100 smartphones at Lost Lands must go.
Is that a thing, Katie?
Multiple agencies have to collaborate and do extra work across state lines to return them to their proper owners. I guess that happened. Pharmacy staff giving the people administering vaccines only 6 doses for COVID at the opening of the drive-through immunization clinic of the hospital. I understand the fluids must be titrated at the... Titrated? Is that a word?
Yeah, titrated.
Titrated at the proper temperature. But the clinic opens at 10 a.m. The pharmacy staff clocks off at 7:30 a.m. And why did they think 6 doses would last all day? Unless it was part of the periodic deliveries of the day. And finally, the dog barking at 5:30 in the morning because the Amazon driver made a delivery. Thanks for letting me listen. And finally, this from Johnny B. Things that must go. D batteries. Why must anything still take D batteries? Can't we simply stack double A's together or move to a 9-volt or something? D batteries must go.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Because on this day, in 1995, PJ Harvey released Down by the Water, the lead single from her third studio album, To Bring You My Love.
Holly James Harvey, excuse me. Holly James, I think is her name. Or Jane. I guess it's Jane. I think it's Jane. Polly Jane Harvey.
PJ.
Yeah. She, that song's
sure
creepy.
It's not pajamas, Harvey?
Yeah, pretty sure. That song is really creepy.
PJ.
Good song, though. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Man, I'm tired. Oh.
No going down rabbit holes tonight before bed.
No, I'm not gonna watch more Tom Waits videos.
Do you have an evening routine you do every night before bed? Because
No,
that'll help
well,
you get to bed if you
I
do the
mean-
same thing every night.
Yeah, I get up out of my chair after the TV show is over, and I walk upstairs and brush my teeth and go to bed.
That's basically it.
Yeah, I don't have any sort of ritual.
It can help.
Burn some incense and get my get my Buddha's gong
It
out.
can. That could
My
help.
prayer bowl.
Oh, speaking of a gong,
Okay.
have I told you about this gong in my neighborhood?
Somebody has a gong. Why do they have a gong?
So I'm out walking Riley, and that they've done some fixing up of their yard. Part of the fixing up of their yard, they fixed up the park strip.
Yeah.
I feel like I told you guys this, but
No.
maybe not.
No.
They have put a gong, big gong, like I don't know, 2 feet across gong,
Not smart.
with the mallet hanging there in the park strip.
Not smart.
Why?
And I'm thinking, I mean, this person doesn't live close to me. If I lived close to this house, because you're just asking for everybody that walks by
To gong you.
Yes.
They're going to gong
to
them.
get that gong.
Yeah. I don't.
This
that's,
is not.
Why
a
would you
good-
do that?
You want to annoy your neighbors?
I kind of like the idea that instead of a doorbell or something, maybe put it up on your porch.
Okay.
You had a gong. You know.
Yeah, that maybe. But this is in the. It's not even in their front yard. It is in the park strip. You're inviting the
Yeah.
public to gong.
We for a long time we had a swing on the parks in our park strip.
Yeah.
My wife put up a swing in the tree that's there, the linden tree.
Yeah.
That it's essentially the city's tree. But we put a swing there, and people sometimes at 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk college students would be swinging in our park strip.
It's free. It's free. Open season for anybody in the
Yeah.
park strip.
Yeah.
A gong. Isn't that weird?
Why?
You should ask them.
Get to the bottom of that.
I don't know that these are people I want to talk to.
Did you gong it?
No.
I would have. I would. It's there. It's there to be gonged.
I know. I think it's wrong. I'm against it.
I have a doorbell on my front door, and it's not an electric doorbell. It's a mechanical one. It's just it's like a little
buzzer.
No, it's a little I don't know, brass handle that you turn, and it operates a bell. Just an old fashioned bell. It goes ring, ding, ring, like a bicycle bell, sort of. And it's interesting who figures out what that is. Most people knock on the door because they don't know what it is. Maybe I should put up a sign.
I think a neighborhood sort of campaign, the gong is wrong,
The
perhaps.
gong is wrong.
Something to
Yes.
think about.
Those are perfect signs.
The gong does not belong.
That too. I like that too. Yeah, somebody says pay Muhammad $5 to go hit it at 2 a.m. night after night.
I would not have to pay him.
No. Oh, he'd do it.
If
No.
I suggest
Run over there real fast.
2 a.m. night after night. The gong will disappear. All right. Plus, he likes to get out and run.
Yeah,
so-
it'd be good for him.
All right, let's do the promo and crawl towards the exits. Wednesday's Radio from Hell show features Things That Must Go. Email your Things That Must Go to radiofromhell@x96.com.
And our veterinarian friend, Dr. Josh Davis, will be here to answer any questions about your pets.
Any question? Like, how do you put a snake to sleep for surgery?
He won't know the answer to that.
Want to bet? Snakes can be pets, Bill.
Things That Must Go and Betting on Snakes. Wednesday's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
See, now you've given him, he's going to look it up. He'll hear that and he'll look it up. But if
We
you
can
just
a-
ask him out, he would have gone,
No, he's honest. If we ask him, he'd say, you know what, I didn't know this, but I looked it up. He will. He's
All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
200 women.
Hardy